This is Truth Radio, 103.9 FM. We empower the nation.
morning, Freetong, and good morning, Salon, and good morning to the diaspora community as well, or whatever time na the parts of the world. This na the Truth Morning Devotion, the maiden edition of you early morning wake-up call from Fulatong to Matujong, from Kisi to Falaba. We dey bring to you prayer, purpose, and plenty issue them from across the country. My name na Amadu Lamrana Bah, and you dey listen to Truth FM on 103.9 with the broadcast live from the studios na Ilkot na Freetong. We same way so they live on the Facebook page Truth Media SL, and also we YouTube channel we na Truth Media SL. This is how I dey welcome all we listeners them and viewers them. It's been a long time coming, and we've been preparing for this. We've been looking forward to this. Me don't look forward to this. It's over here since alas, work na any media institution or go live on a radio, on a TV as well. And I get some goosebumps, and then it's a bittersweet moment for me, but I'm really happy. I'm really excited, and I want to thank everybody, the people now, we social media community, my family, my little FM family, my friends them, my partners them, and people that we don't they call me, they message, just want for check on me, how I they do. People them way just want for support me. I get a lot of people that don't call, they tell me how to go about this program, they want to give them support. People and they donate things them willingly, just because they think say them for support me. And I appreciate that so much. I'm overwhelmed with the messages. Unfortunately, I'm able to respond to all the messages them na Facebook and even my WhatsApp as well, and na my messenger even on Twitter, because a lot of them people and don't they look forward to this, and myself been don't they look forward to this. Good morning once more from wherever you they listen to we or watch we from, whether you didn't keke, whether you didn't mutuka they prepare, or you did home this morning they prepare for go work. Good morning and welcome. This is the maiden edition of the Truth Morning Devotion with me, Amadu Lamrana Bah, on Truth Radio 103.9 FM, and with social media platforms, especially Facebook and with YouTube channel. As always, we are people we believe in God. We're very religious tolerant. Now, one of the things and then the way the world they admire we for. We they pray. This morning we are awake. Wash, I pray. I can office, I meet me colleague, then they pray as well. That's how and who we are. Then our communities, we read church, people and they wake up for pray. We are people that we believe in God despite all waiting we they go through. We're very, very faithful and believe say there is a God, hala way they oversee all which you they do. So for start the devotion this morning, we start with prayers, because we believe say na the thing that they will guide we, and na the thing that they will protect we from anything when a bad thing, and na the thing that they will always use for start with morning. Let we take with prayers this morning. We'll come back and continue with the devotion. Continue for listening on 103.9 and watch we on the social media platforms.
The economy of this country. I pray, dear Lord, for the development of this country. I pray for your divine blessing. Papa God, you are God from whom all blessings flow. Revelation 22 verse 2 say, the tree where they plant, they bear 12 times in a year. He said the leaves now for heal the nation. Father, may you heal the nation of Sierra Leone. May you bless this nation in the mighty name of Jesus Christ. May your glory shine upon this nation in the name of Jesus Christ. May you continue to bring joy, peace, loving heart to each other in the name of Jesus. I pray for love. God, the Bible says, for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him shall not perish but have everlasting life. Father, I pray that your love go overflow. And I pray, Papa, your blessing go come. You go bless this nation and live afresh with power, with your glory. Thank you, dear Lord. God, you know God, where the area answer prayers. God, I give you glory, I give you praise. Thank you, Almighty God. May your holy name be glorified. May you be praised, may you be exalted forever. Almighty everlasting Father, the creator of the universe, and the ownership of the world. Lord, I worship you, I glorify you, I adore you, I magnify you. Lord, I bring this nation, Sierra Leone, into your hand when your handmaid. I ask for your divine blessing. I ask for your protection. I ask, oh God, for forgiveness of sin. I ask, oh dear Lord Father, that you continue for bless this nation. I pray that you bless the economy. You bless the leaders of this nation in the name of Jesus. May you direct them. May you guide them. May you lead them in the mighty name of Jesus. We pray, oh Father God, for every blessing will come from you. Let we receive under this nation in the mighty name of Jesus Christ. We thank you. May you bless the people, oh God. May you bless, oh Father. Cover this nation with the blood of Jesus Christ. In Jesus' mighty holy name, I pray. Amen.
اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد وسلم كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم في العالمين حميد مجيد. اللهم ربنا الله the big almighty Allah تقبل منا asa the effort to the make the country. We say, Rabbana, oh Almighty Allah, Filana, forgive we lapses them. Waliakwanina, Allah, forgive we brother them. Forgive we ancestor them. Forgive we papa them, mama them, who know we pay them. Who karmo kode, who the Almighty Allah. Allah, forgive them. لإخواننا الذين سبقونا بالإيمان ولا تجعل في قلوبنا غلا للذين آمنوا. No put bad power, no put jealousy to the one who help you in life. واغفر لنا, forgive we Almighty Allah, forgive the Almighty Allah يا الله يا رب العالمين. اللهم تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع العليم وتوب علينا يا مولانا إنك أنت التواب الرحيم. الله أكسو for Alafia that this country I want to salon. Allah ask you Almighty Allah for development, Almighty Allah. Allah ask you for goodness from outside and inside, Almighty Allah. Allah will ask you for one word, Almighty Allah. Ya Sami, Ya Sami, Ya Sami. Allah yeri, Allah yeri, Allah yeri. Ya Alimu, Allah you know side the problem there, you know the answer, Almighty Allah. Allahumma rabbana taqabbal minna ala asawinaka anta sami. Allah will ask you for unite you, Almighty Allah. Allah will ask you for help we for love each other, Almighty Allah. Ya Qadiru, Ya Qadiru, Ya Qadiru, Ya Qadiru, Ya Qadiru. Allah you able, we no able, Almighty Allah. Help Almighty Allah. Wa ma nasru min indaka. No help, no come from Motaman to Motaman, except it come from you, Almighty Allah. La hawla wa la quwwata illa billahi al-azimi. Biyadika al-khairim. Oh, the goodness to defend it in Almighty Allah. They will no married, Allah able give them marriage. They will know well, Allah able make them well. Almighty Allah, the one who married no get peace, Allah give them peace. Almighty Allah, the one who they married picking no can able give them Almighty Allah. They want to get project they want fulfill. Allah help the Almighty Allah. Who picking them with the part of school, Allah guide the Almighty Allah. Who picking them the outside, Allah give their love for the country, Almighty Allah. We serve with their like God make who love them, who love the country, Almighty Allah. Ya Qadiru, Ya Qadiru, Ya Qadiru. Subhana rabbika rabbil izzati amma yasifun. Wa salamu alal mursalin. Alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin.
Amen. Amen. Plenty thanks to we religious leader them for the prayer this morning, Amadu Lamrana and Sheikh Ibrahim Saliu Kamara for that prayer day for we nation, for we serve as people them. Lay Allah God day with we with whatever we they do. Lay Allah watch over we, lay Allah watch over we country, and lay Allah guide we in we dealings and doings them. Like I always say, we all get a responsibility as people. It's not only most times like as we can talk now with politicians them, we need for pray as much as we can condemn or criticize where things and they happen wrong. We also for call in the name of God for intervene in things and where they happen in our country. This is the Truth Morning Devotion live on Truth Radio 103.9 FM, and we did live on Facebook page. We welcome with viewers right across the world where they with we this morning, and same way so on our YouTube channel and Truth Media SL. This country now we all you not by accident make we there, and now we home. As I can always say, some of we. Now one sim we not get any side for go. And I mean say the Sierra Leoneans and we get dual citizenship, no Lex alone. Then self Lex alone. I know a lot of Sierra Leoneans them way they work overseas and can invest now, can support education, healthcare, and different in them. But after we don't pray, we don't call for the intervention of Allah into our life and the country. We self need for make commitments and pledge. So we countries alone. So we take we national pledge na the devotion this morning, and today on pledge they come out from the Treaty of Freedom.
I pledge my love and loyalty to my country, Sierra Leone. I vow to serve her faithfully at all times. I promise to defend her honor and good name, always work for her unity, peace, freedom, and prosperity, and I put her interest above all else, so help me God.
I pledge my love and loyalty to my country, Sierra Leone. I vow to serve her faithfully at all times. I promise to defend her honor and good name, always work for her unity, peace, freedom, and prosperity, and put our interest above all else. So help me God. So help me God.
This is promotional scene. This is a promotional scene. Beating Stacks, Citizen Radio. Who that go be the next president? This the way you came to God the past me. Imagine Salone after 2007. To God just like the heaven of Citizen Radio. That's so the place guy. If you see the host they will leave band, the guy not go believe. This it's them not gold. What's in a eat? He gave up. What's in a money? No control. All man sits them not do. Nobody not get bad ads. Nobody not the day. Nobody not the thief. Anti-corruption not there. Nobody not the commit crime. Yes. Man they keep the money not grow. They go the can they pick and buy. Man they pray to God 1 for 1 the year. Angel like he can down. He come in and go back. Muslim they pray na church. Christian they pray na box. Nobody not the sick. Nobody not they die. What's in a golden diamond? Now they take for vibe. What's in a Hummer limousine? Inside they remember. You see me work for Pani. If I be no, I know it. As I open your eyes soon, and the sorriest pass for the team. I get my fight with mommy country. So we say back 2007. So don't go to Lego. One good day is good day, light good day. Money good day, this good day, that's good day. But the sorriest pass for the team. Who that go be the next president? Me a line on me. This is an emotional scene. Beating Steps, Citizen Radio. We say back 2007. So don't go to Lego. One good day is good day, light good day. Money good day, this good day, that's good day. But the sorriest pass for the team. Who that go be the next president? Line on me. When I went to I see all my one be president. And the people you be I can describe how we time. I want tall, short for what fine man so to God. Nice, you know, get sweat, you know the teeth, you know the life. And I'm smart and lucky, you come for better.
Sarge, now what's my name? And I was part with you.
Well, the in name chief cook and if I see the same soup.
Yes, Sarge, Fredo, the wire.
Not so God, let we pray ya. Every way poor, now we sorry. The one that we pray ya, inshallah, they go see I'm sorry. But you will mix, you go see them. Take what you get, say you get what you want. Yes, alone. Yeah, now so you find you get gold, diamond, bauxite, rutile, iron ore, good oil, and good soil for plants. You get sea for fishing, you get beach for coasting. You get rain, you get sand, go tell me back. What's in left? Let God kill it all. Now the show the spots for the field. I get my fight with mommy country, so don't waste it by 2007, so don't go to Lego. One good day, this good day, light good day. Money good day, this good day, that's good day. This is a promotional CD. Beating Steps, Citizen Radio.
Line on me.
I get my fight with mommy country, so don't waste it by 2007, so don't go to Lego. One good day, this good day, light good day. Money good day, this good day, that's good day. But this sorry experts for the film we are doing. Who da go be the next president?
Line on me. Roll on me.
The experts for the film. Una good money, no, we never them. I give 2007 Salon selectable. The team we make ends fees, 99 CDN, we make 11th in a game. Imagine this game, yeah, so come true. Nobody know what to die, but we all want to go heaven. Then we let we step, yeah. This is a promotional CD.
Sarge, you know, see some for me now.
Well, I don't see video on every day, other side. 2007, we get new salon with several union the face. Go fresh and get oil. Then go eat skits for day, then go get good cycles. Amen. Go do what I go day, never seen any good. Amen. Nobody no go grumble, all man go humble. Somebody company well, you know what he company you. So God left na belle so go, kele. See him now one way I work and talk to one so God. I form where you're waking and so yes, what's funny fame. And so yes, what's funny fame. Not so God, and so yes, what's funny fame. Let we pray for Salon. So 2007 Salon got a leg up.
Now we dream this, now we dream this.
Let we pray, let this dream come true. Let we pray for Salon, so we next president go bring development.
Now we dream this, now we dream this.
Let we pray, let this dream come true. Now let we pray for Salon, so 2007 Salon got a leg up.
Let we pray for Salon. We don't pray, we don't give a pledge to Mama Salon. And we all get dreams. We all get dreams for this country, for ensure say, it progress, it go before. And we all get hopes as people. And that hope they don't keep we together as a nation, despite all we challenges them, and that hope they don't they make we they do what we they do, whether you're a trader, whether you're a businessman, you're into politics, we were there in journalism as well. Now that hope they don't they keep we around. Now don't make we believe say there is huge potential in this country. There are people who are ready and committed for ensure say things go forward. There are people where they do them best in their own capacity in whatever area for ensure say, them contribute to national development. It can be very frustrating at times. It can be very, very challenging. I've had situations I don't get conversation with people where they tell me say they really don't give up. They don't believe say, Salon go better. But some of us still get hope. We get hope. Not in just with politicians, some of them, but the people them, especially the young people of this country. You just need for follow waiting than they do from technology, innovation, student them way they create things them. A lot of young people, even with the opportunity where they get, we're very limited. Then they try for do things them for progress themselves and progress the country. And one thing where we all for know that we get a responsibility in whatever we do. You get a responsibility for do what is right. And some of the responsibilities that we'll get, we're not going to take them for granted. When it comes to voting, you're a citizen, you vote. If you not vote for somebody because you believe, say, you get the capacity for change Salon, then you not make the right decision. Then you not contribute to national development. These are some of the responsibilities and where we self get as a people for obey the law, not to wait in a treat. No pass if you ride Okada, no pass outside police say no for pass. If you drive, no pass na the wrong lane. No park outside no for park. If you sell na market, not cheat people them where they can buy. These are we own responsibilities as a people, as a nation, where we can forget about. And most times, we can push blame to people in a public office. I totally agree. Then get the highest responsibility. Now, I make some of we consistently over the years, don't they hold them accountable? Because me, I can always tell people around me, say, me believe, say, leadership. Now, one great person you need in this nation for change this country, that's not the president. If he lead by example, everybody else they follow him. It's like the home. We grow up in our home, say, they wake early morning for pray. you know the way to say them wake you safe. Early morning you don't know say you for wake for pray. Wash pan, go fend water. It's because that now waiting with parents they instill into we. And you know, these are the things where we serve as people and for understand say we for do and now we responsibility as a people in this country. They take this quick music break, they come back and continue with the devotion. Me na Amadu Lamrana Bah. This are the Truth Morning Devotion on Truth Radio 103.9 FM and Facebook and we YouTube channel. Continue for listening and watch. Not too good last.
Let we believe and we worship Him, so that we go live good tomorrow when we die. Oh. But now you see things they done they change. Power struggle don't overcome we all. Now let we join hands for make better alone. So let we try.
The world don't live now we man. Now we won't try for there we go. Salon don't live now we man. Now we won't try for there we go. The world don't live now we man. Now we won't try for there we go.
Indeed, the world don't left now we are now we for try for go before and for do waiting right for push salon go before. We like I say we all get a responsibility and some of we now we on roll with the place so you know investing in a media company. We look forward to the advertisement then by the way and as well partnership is one thing we also they look out for collaborate with people like minds people them we mean good for this country and we want to see progress, and now that's we they look forward to. Now we on all this all the place. So yourself, this morning if you dey listen to we now you keke and now you car, you dey drive, you dey na home, you dey prepare for go drop the pikin then at school or for go na your job or for go na your business, you dey na Dove Court. We mama them na Kuto Road markets, na Congo Tong markets, wherever Mona self get a role for play for push salon go before. This is the Truth Morning Devotion, and me with the lead the devotion, my name is Amadu Lamrana Bah. You dey listen to we on 103.9 FM. We same way so day on Facebook live, and we day on YouTube live as well with the stream. You can drop your comment. We'll definitely go find them for read them out. We get for open up the phone line. We'll announce the line to you. Side you will get for call and be part of the program. You know, like I say, where I start. This morning, this is a bittersweet moment for me, and I'm very happy at the start this, but sad that some 10 months ago I lost my wife and Binta Umuba. Sadly, now one of the people where I discussed this idea with, when I've been to think about say a need for set up a media company, because I've worked for Star, I worked for AYV, and I've been around for a while, and I think say there is the need for an independent media in this country. Usai, I be always get issues with people and why they work with, because to some level there are issues of control. There are editorial policies, there are control about what you want to do. So it gets to a point where I begin get this feeling, say, I truly need for day on my own. I need for start something. The idea coming to me about doing something online, and later I come into me say, no, you can start a newspaper. Then I meet up somebody way being ready for help. I talk to her about what the idea about paying for equipment to start a small radio station. He said, yeah, you can pay by installments. I'll get the equipment for you. When they're ready, I will ship them for you. When you get it, you will just set up. And I start that discussion, did that conversation. They're around 2022, 2020. My plan actually was to even leave also I've been the work before 2023 election, because it got to a point where I've been thinking, say, things wasn't working well, and I really want for be on my own. But I not be one day out of the elections as well, so I had to cope and manage with whatever was happening, and joined the team then, lead the team then for cover the election, and I covered the election. But me late wife was very, very supportive. I knew how what been they go on TV, he go cheer me up, he go tell me about how excited she has never been on Facebook. She only had a LinkedIn account because na human resource person. The Facebook, she never did WhatsApp status. But he go send me message na WhatsApp, he go record, he go listen na radio, or way they watch na TV, he go film them and send them to me, and excited about it. So I shared this idea with her. She was so excited. I remember she told me how she was going to volunteer and be the HR person for this company.
Salam.
Yeah, very sorry about that. Yeah, I remember Binta tell me she was going to be with a child person. He would do that the pro bono. He would support whoever we hire, for support the company. And I remember a lot of time she was reading about media laws and setting up a media company. Go come and tell me what's in it don't learn, what's new. Yeah, I remember we've been going to US Embassy, and for visa, and we drive past here, I bring and come, show her the place. She was so excited about it. We had our morning plans already. I was going to drop her. She had a very good job with one of the UN agencies. She was so excited about it. And we had this plan. I go to go drop and then me drive come, and if you're off quick, you go pass come because the distance enough far, you go can office and they around and help with whatever. She helped me to build this dream, to do this. She's been very, very supportive, and suddenly she died. Actually we were to travel together to the US, but because of a new job, being able to travel, and he left behind. But we've been to talk like every day. On a Saturday, Friday, Saturday we talk on the phone. We go carry food, go for my mama, visit my niece, we do well now ask, and tell me say on the Monday she was going to pay in a bank for begin the process for him for go medical school. He can give to go for him and card right with him then day, and just to get a call on a Sunday morning that your wife is dead. And I still can't. I've been struggling to get through that. It's been difficult for me and the family, her mom. It's painful for me. I imagine waiting in Mama they go through as well. And other people that we don't lost their close people them. Like Oni. I know Oni, we had respect for each other. I always imagine waiting in Mama and in Papa they go through. This are the only picking. The university, they read law, suddenly die. Families them. And sometimes, I say, society they force we for just act like you are okay. So many occasions I had to smile, I had to show up, I had to speak to people just for make like a okay. But I haven't been. It's been difficult. It gets to a point, our license, even here, we were to launch a day before, then suspend we license. That's compounded everything. I get to a point where I even been to say, no, I'm leaving. I get visa for a few places. Let go. Let just go and start my life a whole, Just give up sometimes. Society make you can give up. You get young grief for you to deal with. And you get people that always sit on some side and think, say, no more, they should do things to you. You get for wake up in the morning, call them, hey, how you feel today? For let them talk to yourself, no problem. I keep telling people what I've been through. Well, death is natural, but things that way mortal man they do to them, comping them. What I've been through, I pray nobody no go through them kind of thing them day. And I pray to God if me get power for anything, let no wicked me comping mortal man that kind of way. Let not do things to somebody when they will sleep in the night, they get sleepless nights, is stress, it is struggle within life. Let God make and not do that kind of thing to anybody. And I pray let nobody not go through what I went through. It's sad, it's painful, it's hurting, it's difficult to handle. And sometimes if you don't get support, like my friends them what I get, and I want to say plenty thanks to them. I get a set of friends and my family. Well, they are family to me. They're not just friends. They're family. They've been very, very, very supportive. They've been very, very supportive. My family as well, my late wife in family, and sisters, them, and mama. I appreciate them so much, and we family till forever. Yeah, but this morning I just want to share this story for the people them understand, because there was a time where I read on social media, say somebody say they don't pay Lamrana for they not talk again. From when president, Lamrana and president been going to America, we come in they talk again. But people don't know what you're going through. They don't know your own struggles. You know, we can just judge people. We don't even think, say no. Let's send this person message by randomly and think maybe and know waiting they happy with them. But this is what I've been dealing with. I'm still dealing with grief. You know, I've had some very stressful moments in the past 2 or 3 months. But alhamdulillah, somebody once you thank God for in my wife, and that he showed me the path of Allah. My family do that. I grew up in a Muslim family, but as well we get a partner where they wake you up on the night for pray, and they tell you say for pray. It's very, very helpful. And Nadande, they do always. They pray and tell God thank you whatever challenge face me. And we all need for do that and believe in God. Because for me, the only person, you know, I'm at a stage now where they tell people and say, I actually don't think much about what people think about me or what they do to me. I care more about how I serve God and how I prepare myself for death and how I go meet with Him. So, people them actions to me or what they say about me or how they feel about me. I'm not a perfect human being, but I try to live my life in a better way, for serve humanity, help people them where I can, respect people them, and live a peaceful and humble life. You know, and I pray I don't hurt anybody the kind way with some people and don't hurt me. I'm forgiving people, but it's difficult to forget. So this morning we just want to talk about dealing with grief. I want to share my story with you now. I know a lot of people can go relate with my story, their families as well. But I want to talk about them. Nothing where a lot of people know they talk about. Like I say, I was at a point where society one like just act up. People they tell me all about try married now. You know, you need for try friend other way. People and they just think say you for act normal, like nothing happened to you. They don't understand waiting you to go through. So I just want to talk about. I want to share my story for help other people them understand waiting for do, and waiting help me that I spoke to a lot of people where if I feel one kind where I go find person for talk to, we go guide me and get me on the phone, we talk. And also I pray, I go wake and pray. That helped me a lot. So if you go through anything, pray and try to speak to people. That is what I want us to do this morning, for talk about waiting with the go through and how for handle grief and stress. So this morning, they can talk to Dr. Carol Labor, we national advisor for mental health, and very recently I watched the honestly speaking podcast with me, former boss and friend Antonia Howard. It was very insightful about society and how people in the vex and how to deal with stress and grief. So a day with me now for talk about this. How do people seek support? Where do they seek support? And how to go about them? Good morning, Dr. Labor.
Hi, good morning, Amadu.
Good morning and welcome. Thank you very much for agreeing to join us on this conversation this morning. I know say you day out and it's very early you day, but thanks for taking your time to join us to talk about this. And I think it's something we need to do to get people to speak. And I just want to share my own story, what I've been through and how society wants me for just act normal, because they think I have to move on with my life. But deep inside me, I've been in pain. I've been trying to handle grief and stress and all of that. But you as an expert, you know, somebody like me, other people, and when they go through this, how do we seek support? How do we handle this?
Thank you, Amadu, and thank you for sharing your story. Like I shared with you when you reached out to me, I knew Binta. I worked with her briefly and she was just a gentle woman. And it was very sad at the time for me to hear of her passing. So may she rest in peace. Amadou, I was listening to your intro, and grief is something that as a nation we still grapple with. Grief as individuals with what you're going through is it's an individual journey, but it's also a collective journey because, like I said, as a nation, we have not dealt with our traumatic past. We have not dealt with the trauma that predates the Civil War. We went through an 11 plus year civil war and then after. And so you can see the footprints of grief in our society. But when it comes down to individual grief, it's a process as well. Grief comes in stages. It goes from denial all the way to acceptance. But in the middle of that process of grief is the human connection. So I would say, even between Binta and yourself, that human connection, the attachment that we all seek as human beings. And so there's something called the attachment theory, where we're all connected or we all seek to be connected. So that connectedness, that useness where you get, or people then go get to somebody, then they can make it difficult. Because yes, you go say you believe, you do your prayers, you know that God not to make mistakes, but the human side of the grieving process is what a lot of people are dealing with. And grief not to just where somebody die. You have grief and loss. You can grieve. People can grieve for the life that they wanted. People can grieve for, say, if you said you, apologies because I know Sabi you, but you said you left AYV, so someone can grieve the um leaving a place of employment. Somebody can grieve the end of a relationship. So it doesn't always end up in someone passing. There's various forms of grief as well, and grief and loss. So how you deal with it um, is very individual. Some people they can pray, they can just isolate themselves and get through it that way. And like you said you talk to your friends, you have Binta's family, your family as well. The grieving process is something that nobody no go able to put a time limit on, because you may be 10 years from now and you just get a memory. It may be an unconscious memory that occurs and you start crying because you're grieving, you're still grieving. There's something called ambiguous grief, and that's, we all deal with it in society. And when I say society, not just in Salon, but also anywhere you are in the world. And I would say even now a day, another side of the world, and the elements of grief is in the society that I'm currently in. But
Okay.
like I say, I not come for do therapy because it's a
Yeah.
process. And I like I said, I offer when I get back for let me and you sit down,
Yes.
because again, it's a very individual journey for yourself for losing Binta, but as a society in Salon, it's a collective journey because we're dealing with so many different forms of grief, forms of trauma, historical trauma, intergenerational trauma that we're still working through.
Doc,
And I'll give
with
you an
all length trauma
opportunity.
and the liquidity you don't say, me get access. So people like you, we can talk, and I get friends them, I get people them way I go talk to. So I'm thinking about people in society, where not get them people they are, where they can talk to, where society just believes say they should act normal. It's normal, but other people then don't die, but other people then don't lose their job, other people then don't get problem, then don't move on with their life. You should just move on. How do people, especially in Sierra Leone, no say you don't dey work, seek support? How do they, reach out? Because sometimes then they back when you reach out to people them, somebody go member say no, you know, keep me secrets, and go and talk and say that man they don't traumatize, it don't take to mind, they get mental and all that stuff. Then they how do people seek support? How do they go about it as well?
So I would say, in terms of society, we don't want to paint society with one big brush. You have individuals that may say, "Oh, get over it. This not happy to you," or you go, "Yeah, na phobia." But you have some very compassionate individuals in Salon. We're working to build up the mental health ecosystem, and so when you talk about an ecosystem, it's below the psychiatric system. And so someone that's dealing with grief does not have to go to a psychiatric hospital. I would say anyone that's dealing with grief, even when you talk about stress, is to find a trusted individual to talk to. One of the things that we've done a lot of trainings on mental health and psychosocial support, and there's social workers attached to the Ministry of Social Welfare that individuals can reach out to. They can reach out to us if you want, say, if you want community or your family to have a session, capacity building sessions on how to handle things like grief and stress and just the normal ups and downs of life, the normal emotional journey that we're all on as human beings. Because what you say is difficult to find someone, or people may think, "Oh, this person go tell me secrets." That's true. That's true. And one of the things that we're building up with this ecosystem is confidentiality, because there's ethics attached to the profession that we find ourselves in. And so, how do you keep confidence? How do you deal with privacy? And so, all of that takes a lot of capacity building in our society, within our communities, within our families, within ourselves, because there's something where they say, if us not sell you, treats not go buy you. So a lot of times when you hear things in the street, not somebody we're very close to you, don't go tell person, then one person get them person, the other person get them person. So it's very challenging when you talk about confidentiality. But I would say, again, in dealing with it, excuse me, is finding someone that you can talk to, someone that you can confide in. And then also, grief is a process. Even stress is a process. Anger is an emotion. And so you have a lot of these things compounded within society. And not to today, not to yesterday, not to last year. These are intergenerational historical challenges, historical, excuse me, historical issues that are weighing on our society today. And it's something that we must address. It's something that we are in the process of addressing, and is building capacity. Again, when you talk about our society and having individuals, trusted individuals that know, because unfortunately, counseling is an unregulated space in our society. And so you have, the health officials that are to ensure what the doctors, what the nurses, what the other health specialists that are registered, licensed to do. You have those governing bodies. But what I've seen lately is individuals just popping up. "Oh, I did do counseling. I did do counseling. I did do counseling." So what I would say to anyone, if you encounter someone, an organization that says, "Oh, I do counseling, let me counsel you," I would want you to ask them who has given them approval to do the work that they do. Are they registered with a government institution? Are they registered as an NGO? Are they registered as a health provider or a grief counselor? Because there needs to be accountability. Accountability on our part as professionals, accountability on your part as someone seeking support. And what does that look like? Accountability is from as us as professionals is where you come to we sabi wetin we dey do. We know that just talk and that pantap talk onaphobia, but really diving into the biological, psychological, sociological issues that are compounding your grief. Because grief isn't an isolated issue. Grief isn't an isolated process. Grief isn't an isolated, I would even say, emotion, because it comes with sadness. It comes with sometimes anger, but at times grief comes with joy, because you're now when you have someone that's knowledgeable in walking you through the grief process, it should end up at the last stage of grief, which is acceptance, and to the point where you remember this person and you go smile. You remember the happy memories because you've processed it. And what it is the interpersonal trauma, the interpersonal turmoil that someone that has experienced grief goes through. Interpersonal trauma, interpersonal turmoil that as a society we have un unprocessed grief, unprocessed emotions. Again, people always say, "Oh, Dr. Carol, I'll tell you the talk about the war, I'll tell you the talk about trauma." But trauma is something that lives in us, with us. Trauma is something, even if Uma get Belesef and she's been through a traumatic experience, she hands down these traumatic experiences to her unborn child. And so it's very important to me that we address our trauma, that we continue to stand on the rooftops and wave and discuss trauma and say it's real. Even I know we're talking about grief, but even if you look at our society today with the individuals that are victims of Kush, somebody go say, "Oh, why you just not go left for smoke? Why they smoke? Not for just left no more." But you have some individuals that have traumatic histories. If you look at the age of the victims now, these are children, and I would say children because myself, I have a 30. My first child is 35 years old, so these are children that were born before, during, or after the war. And so some individuals are genetically predisposed to addiction. So it's not as simple as telling somebody let it left, because me or you, God forbid, we go smoke one time, we go say, this not so for me. Not a person, they go smoke and they have that genetic predisposition, and now they're addicted. And so when you talk about addiction, recovery is a process. Recovery not to something where one day you go tell somebody no smoke, no smoke, no smoke, and then person go come and say, okay, I know they smoke again. No, it's a process. They have to go through what's called neuroplasticity, where they're actually retraining their brain. And it's the same thing now as we come back to grief. Grief, you've experienced loss, not you per se, but an individual has experienced loss. It may have been a traumatic loss. And so now, how do you process it? How are you retraining your brain so that you're accepting? How do you deal with the hidden emotions? Because, of course, as humans, not all things we go tell somebody. So, how do you deal with the silent pain of grief? How do you deal with the silent nagging? And grief isn't just the emotional or psychological pain; it can also affect your body. There are physiological uh, um, there's I said physiological. There's physical aspects of grief as well, and it goes through your body. It just, you may have some somatic pains. So it's not a one size fits all. It's something that, of course, find a trusted individual that you can talk to, but it's also something that we want to continue doing a lot of capacity building so that we have more individuals in our societies, in our communities, all throughout Sierra Leone that can support others.
Thank you very much, Dr. Carol,
Yeah.
for joining us this morning. And we appreciate that so much. And the commitment is you have a partner in us at Truth Media for always talk
Okay.
about how people can seek help side for seek help, waiting for lookouts in a person, like you say. There are a lot of things we need to talk about, the drug abuse and how it's affecting our society. Definitely, when you come back, we'll find a time and get a longer session and talk about this and see how we will support society, even with short messages that we could be playing here for people to understand where to seek help or how for talk about NTR we talk about, and a very important. I think it's something we need to open up about. A lot of people are going through it. Sometimes when they keep them in, it affect them, and we come out, it'll be very bad way because they're not get person for talk to somebody, not there for listen to them, and they don't know side for go for seek help. Don't be a problem where go be worse where it gets to them to a certain point. But thank you so much. We appreciate your time, and I appreciate your time as well. Thanks for the kind sentiments about Binta. She was a lovely, lovely person, a very religious woman and hardworking young person. May her soul rest in peace. And thank you very much for working with her as well. Thank you, Dr. Carol. That na
You're welcome,
Dr.
Amadu.
Carol Libo, na a mental health advisor to the president, and we're going to talk about dealing with stress and grief as well. After sharing my own story, and that is my own story. I've got grief. I don't lost my wife. I've been fighting with that, and been to set up this business as well. Say okay, I'll get side for the go, and it go to take me attention small. Then all of a sudden, from nowhere, we received a suspension of we license notice. And the past 3 months, I have to be waking up in the morning. I haven't slept last night. Wake up in the morning, you get for call certain people, then for talk to them first. And if they feel, then go respond to you or then go answer you. And that was like, how my life go there around people? How I get for talk to people and for determine what happens to what I want to do. I'm not doing anything illegal. If even it's a regulatory issue, we can fix it. We can sort it out. It's not a one kind crime I commit, where people are not going to solve. And it's like I say, I go through a process where they pray to God. Let nobody not go through that day. And anybody will get power, anybody will get authority. I prayed and get them in their heart, say, they not for do certain things to certain people, or people generally. You shouldn't hurt another person, and you they wake in the morning, you go about your business. That person they ain't get for wake and remember how for call you first if which mood you there, how for tell you I do in the morning and talk to you fine. But it's the society. It's what we've gone through. Some of us, some of them things they embolden we and strengthen we for do what we believe for do. Because like I say earlier, for now in my life, what I totally believe is na God, Allah, na him for be pleased with me. And not for hurt me company, mortal man. As a Muslim, I clearly understand that. I for try for do my best with waiting right, be honest and truthful with myself, and serve God. Because all waiting we they do, everything what they do, just one day. I just give an example about my wife. She's got a dream job. She always wanted to work with a UN agency. She got it. She was to graduate the past December with a master's degree. He always want to do that. Just suddenly no more. No underlying sickness or anything. Just suddenly, one morning, she wake, then go and meet her in Taiwan. So what should I be worried about? Every day while they sleep or while they move around, I remember say, sometimes as I come on at this studio and go, I can die. It's not me, not to me get me life, not God. Now waiting it destined for me. It will happen. To me, to anyone, it can happen. I can say it happened to me wife, I know that woman will wake up in middle of the night and pray. This is a person where they're very, very close to God. I know that for sure. Just die. God just taking life suddenly. It can happen to anyone. So there is nothing to worry about. We're back. We're on here. We're here. Stand for the truth and ready for do what you will do. And if you go through any stressful moments, try for seek help. Pray about it. Find somebody for talk to, and go through it's a process. It's difficult, but definitely with Allah and guidance and your community, people the way they talk to, Allah will surely help you and you'll go through it. This is the Truth Morning Devotion on Truth Radio on FM 103.9, and we're there on Facebook Live, welcoming all our viewers from across the world, and we're there on the YouTube channel as well. We'll continue the program. We'll come back. We'll go into the second segment and introduce with studio guests. Continue for watch and listen. My name is Amadu Lamrana Bah. Not through the last.
I'm forever grateful. Yeah. Man, I know they reach 40 again. Tell me waiting being pulse in the chest. After all waiting pulse in the face. Why die knocking the wait? To me enemies and fans. Once in a while buy drinks and dance. Cause we go die left beans and plants. Now go the honor, we no get the means and chance. Posting go posted it, then I'm on in it die. Push up in the call heaven, but they no can reply. Yes, I know now God can decide. Sometimes but put in the honor, pulse in the mind. Oh Lord, give me time. Man, them must see me shine. You know to like I'm rushing in life. With the time reach, let you enjoy what you been suffer for. Now the time the pulse sinking die. Yes, I know say this not the end.
Radio Gong, katemedere etati to egena FM. Gonga kan witata.
Yes, I know say this not the end. God at the baby, I give me more time. So if I didn't we die early.
103.9 FM.
I know say life how we. I pray I get kids and a wife at least. I swear not the only life I need. Waiting really we defend. Pass and get that money where we no go really spend. Some man they start to below, say no they for see the end. So far up na college, just go get a degree and die. Posting go posted it, then I'm on in it like. Wish I been they call heaven, but they no can reply. Yes, I know now God can decide. Sometimes but put in the on a pulse in the mind. Oh Lord, give me time. Man, them must see me shine. You know to like I'm rushing in life. With the time reach, let you enjoy what you been suffer for. Now the time the pulse sinking die. Yes, I know say this not the end time. FG baby. I'm forever grateful. Yeah. Man, I know they reach 40 again. Tell me waiting being pulse in the chest. After all waiting pulse in the face. Why die knocking the wait? To me enemies and fans. Once in a while buy drinks and dance. Cause we go die left beans and plants. Now go the honor, we no get the means and chance. Posting go posted it, then I'm on in it die. Push up in the call heaven, but they no can reply. Yes, I know now God can decide. Sometimes but put in the honor, pulse in the mind. Oh Lord, give me time.
On Truth Radio, kan 103.9
I'm rushing in life. With the time reach, let you enjoy what you been suffer for. Now the time the pulse sinking die. Yes, I know say this not the end time. God at the baby, I give me more time. Yes, I know say this not the end time. God at the baby, I give me more time. So we party then we die early. I know say life like how we. I pray I get kids and a wife at least. I swear not the only life I need. Waiting really we defend. Pass and get that money where we no go really spend. Some man they start to below, say no they for see the end. So far up na college, just go get a degree and die. Posting go posted it, then I'm on in it die. Wish I been they call heaven, but they no can reply. Yes, I know now God can decide. Sometimes but put in the on a pulse in the mind. Oh Lord, give me time. Man, them must see me shine. You know to like I'm rushing in life. With the time reach, let you enjoy what you been suffer for. Now the time the pulse sinking down.
This is the Truth Morning Devotion on Truth Radio on FM 103.9, live from the studios na Ilcourt na Freetown, and same way so we did live on Facebook and we YouTube channel. Welcoming all our viewers and listeners from across the country and join the devotion. We just don't talk to Dr. Carol Lebo about dealing with stress and grief as well. And as always, if you get issues and where they go on with you, find way for talk to person. And may the soul of all them young people them way don't die, including my wife, rest in peace. Victor O'Neill Williams, the guy with them in the call Black Coffee, was out there doing a lot of work with young people them with into drugs. They raise awareness about how for address that problem there, and I talked to him that yesterday with the US. He's still in grief. We pray Allah go give the strength for handle this, and Victor Oni in Mama as well, and in Daddy, and and pray God go give them the strength for handle this, and everybody with the mourn, with the grief, pray we all get the strength for continue for mourn with people, and pray for them as well, because we as Muslims them, and we learn say all the need from we now in our prayers. My name is Amadu Lamrana Bah, and this is the Truth Morning Devotion. Now they come talk about the media and saloon. Who side we don't come out and who side we do. We roles and responsibilities as media institutions and journalists as well. People and still trust we for news and information on a citizen journalist who can call blogger they now believe. Like I be blog we can appear for the news. Then they interview Ariogbo as well. We in a Truth Media, how we go do we work as professionals and stay true to what we stand for. We not the true. With me this morning, I get the pleasure and I want to say I feel very fulfilled and happy forget the former president of Sludge, Alaji Umaru Fofana, where na me uncle, na me big brother, na me mentor, na somebody who don't guide me professionally and even privately in my life and everything. It's been part of my professional journey and my life in the past 15, almost 20 years, and I'm so grateful for his support. And I also get Ahmed Said Nasrallah, the former president of Sludge, and somebody they ask say if he's still not the president, because they see how they move with they move with the team. Yeah, but these are people, I can still recall where I meet Umaru, where we talk first. He tell me one advice he give me is that if you want money, you need to get some pan journalism. But you get expect credibility and build the network. And I've lived with that. That word there, I still can tell him, say that word there, will you tell me? He helped for shape me and my profession. I remember I meet Ahmed Said Nasrallah, the monk, through Mutala. And na Mohammed Kalonim building, yes, he been the edit Kalio newspaper then. And Mutala introduced me to him, and from that day they become me big brother. And these are people where my family know, and my mama go, if we talk, my big brother them go ask, and they know them personally, and people have been in my life. And Ahmed Said Nasrallah, they say now the person where I don't know that the person will go complain say get problem with him. Now people sometimes I can vex for him. How people can behave to them and how can worry about them thing them day. And in this position and how it take life, how they think about things, don't help for shape me as well. And these are people where don't teach me what is it about being credible as a journalist, is it about being professional, maintaining your integrity, and not worrying about society, about being this rich and the money you want, and one forgets everything moving. So I'm very, very grateful. And so we've been the plan for do the launch. Umaru and Monk for be make a statement. Unfortunately, we'll not be able to do the launch. So I say it just fits that I get them this morning as me first guest them for talk on the program, and later we'll talk about the state of the media and the country. Good morning, Umaru, and welcome to the program.
Thank you, Lama. Thanks very much. A fantastic edifice. Yeah. Really brilliant. I mean, my first time here.
Yeah, thank you.
I've been really wowed by, everything, really good.
Thank you. Ahmed?
Yeah. Thanks for having me here this morning.
Yeah, you don't crash
almost every day.
Yeah, you don't
but this is fantastic. This is huge.
Yeah,
and we're happy that it come from somebody who's a media person.
Yeah.
Somebody who don't see over the years, who don't groom, and he don't become somebody who look forward to.
Yeah, that's the idea. And thanks very much for the support all these few 2 months. It's been difficult. And a few days ago, I tell Umaru, I watch him Antonia na the podcast, and When you mentioned me, I had to watch every morning. It's part of me. I'm used to watching Antonia, honestly speaking, podcast. So, a part of me on Monday morning devotion dandy. So every morning I'll wake up in the morning, work in our office, I go on YouTube and watch them as well. So thanks for mentioning that and challenging me as well. Say, waiting I go to the suspension of the license and all the delay for emboldening me for do waiting I want for do. And I think that are something I've been need for make I believe say, yeah, this is just a process. You can still do what you can do. But generally in the media, you interview with Antonia, spark a lot of debate. I see Ibrahim Bangura Bellows write something on about the interview we had with where Antonia gets with you. It was so interesting. Instead of the challenge society say, what you know saying at the right thing. We get dishonest people. We need to talk about the things and more for talk about. And you mentioned about the three things same way people need to talk through with the lie, with the big, putting all this into context, but in the context of the media as well, holding people accountable, speaking truth to power. How do we maintain that as journalists, especially not truth media? How do we maintain that?
Yeah, thank you very much. Quickly before I respond to that, on my way here, I listened to your show and I hear you mention something around grief, and stress. And I don't know if Dr. Carol mentioned this because I've been transitioning between getting off my car and coming here. But I think the fact that the support system very lacking in our country, it affects you a lot. If somebody gets that kind of trauma they go through, where does the person get help from? And how much financially will it cost the person? Can the person afford it? And the other thing for look at as well, and coming back in a way to what you ask about, now the fact that if we are not careful as journalists, we make ourselves irrelevant. When I've been small, one of my reasons for become a journalist, now the fascination I be to get that somebody to talk at that box when at the radio, and that I wanted to see the person, I wanted to talk back, but I couldn't at the time. Then before the issue of SMSs, WhatsApp, Facebook Live, before they all come into being, where I can tell this people, they can smile, say, oh, you guys, how would I be the lead internet day? But that's how it was. Now, one-way traffic. But now that you get these bloggers that we mentioned, what they are trying to do is to fill a vacuum left by the fact that mainstream or traditional media, for the most part, don't become lackeys of interests, corporate interest, political interest, or some other interest where not seek the public in your interest. So as a result, somebody go say, oh, I get this me issue here, I don't go meet that journalist there, you know, talk about her, I don't go meet that blogger, the blogger ready for come. Sometimes now because of we ethical considerations, we're not gatekeepers as mainstream journalists, but some of the time because we are being dishonest. Because the idea of being honest in journalism, the idea of fairness, not to only for report a story in a balanced way, but not even reporting a story worth reporting itself is not being honest, it's not being impartial, it's not being fair. However, one thing again we see when they come, now people in the judge people in too easily. You see somebody mention, say, you don't keep quiet from me, the president. Some people want you to be the enemy of any president of Sierra Leone. It doesn't matter whether it's Madabi or Anes Kroma or a future president. Then just want, because they're not like the president, you never go anywhere near the president of the day. And as a result, you go there, then quick for judge say you have been compromised. And coming from the society all day, me don't interview more than 20 heads of state around the world. So the perception of the Sierra Leonean is, anytime you near a president, you get money with the commodity.
Yeah.
There's this story about what happened in Akono many years ago. There was somebody in Akono with Shaka Stevens go to Akono. This man tells Shaki, say, "Pa, no, nothing from you. When you don't see you in a community center, let just climb up the stage. I can't whisper a yes. That's all I want." In this Shaka Stevens, you don't, the place full up. Now this man car whisper and shaking his checking the so the point so it was all drama. Before that man they come on a community center going to host. In Motka don't come pack business man the Lebanese man the Christian man they get the ears of the president. They get money. See the fine years. So this is this perception of the Sierra Leone that because they see near a president, it must give something or something good they come to you. That is not the case. Of course, I have suffered that a lot. Nobody cares to ask, why don't we hear you from a genuine point of view as much as we used to hear you before on the BBC? So that I go tell them and say, the BBC has closed its African service. It's no more. So now the story that I report has to compete with Gaza, Donald Trump, Ukraine, and tell me if anything happening in Sierra Leone here stands anywhere near those stories. The answer is no. But they don't care. They sit down there and they judge people. So we as journalists get for try for ensure, particularly at the local level, that look, law fill this vacuum. Law will make bloggers them irrelevant by doing what we're supposed to do honestly. Kigali, Rwanda not ban private schools. Kigali, Rwanda improve on public schools to the point that private schools then go under. They became irrelevant. It strengthened the pedagogy. It strengthened the facilities. Nobody going to send a begin a private school. Because the reason for that, the public school is fine. So that's what we have to do. Let's work on ourselves.
I'm very proud of his school now.
Oh, absolutely. German secondary school. Great. So I think we need to do a lot more as journalists. And I think it's less about training on the ABCs of journalism and more about ethical considerations, the more about, being honest in the discharge of our roles as journalists and anything else, I believe.
I remember, how much you advocate for the repeal of Part 5, and the idea about the media is, after this, the media, they open up. There will be some investments in the media. There will be, journalists and able get waiting and they get from. And I don't talk to a lot of colleagues. We all understand the market. You get for struggle for get advertisements. And sometimes the people who give you the advert, the mobile companies and the banks, now then, waiting the one that you do now you they do. And sometimes then they give you the advertisement for protect them. If there are stories about them, you can report about them. So with the repeal of the law, as the media don't open up to investments, or the media don't take advantage of say, we don't get that thing where they hang now where they again say somebody go use them against we, or we still just the same?
We get the freedom, largely speaking. And in a way, I believe that because of that repeal, we get businesses, media houses like this one. Like I said, it's a fantastic thing. One of the difficult things the way Part 5 of the Public Order Act be imposed, now the fact that even the vendor, where they sell the newspaper, under that law, they can arrest them and prosecute them. The post where they print, by the way, we get only one printing press, 1.5, John Love.
Yes.
John Love printing press been done by Columbia Davis and Sakila Road area. Now be more or less the only one, and for the people, because of Paul Kamara in advocacy at the time for press freedom, he been get some international funding. Then build for Nigeria one printing press na Kisi Road. That they been there. So again, Mami Love, I remember that Mami Malata Mami, it can feel so distraught when people are running into trouble, difficulty with the government, then they storm in place. So that was at the ghost, I can't sell this thing, man forget about them, because all the time waiting journalists are right in the campaign, you can they print the papers.
We don't mix
pan the editorial determination at all. But that's how bad it was. But then over the years we don't get more and more, we don't come in and establish printing press here and there. But the viability is a problem. Even the radio stations, when I see how they come now, I say, fantastic, Alamara, my biggest prayer for you now for let you before sustain this. How do you sustain this knowing that there's not much money in the media? How do you sustain this bearing in mind that you get staff then for pay? You get for run this place. Look, ACD on, it consume light. What if EDSA trip? You're going to need a generator, the running cost, the breakdown, the servicing, the fuel. It's a whole gamut of issues where they beset the media altogether. So generally, I go say in that regard, yes. But in terms of investing, if me not a businessman, why would I want to invest in the media? Where the profit? What's the profit if I open the newspaper? Advertising not there. I
remember you complained how institution they
yes, I know one government ministry now, so we owe more than 70 million old loans. It don't pass 3 years. We've been forced to write it off as a bad debt. I know of one university we owe tens of millions of loans as well, and no one calling in there. It don't go for over 1 or 2 years, and not pay we. How do we survive? So this is the difficulty. And the one way they out there no really understand all these nuances, always in the want that, because this thing has to seek me interest, now go. The blogger, a good number of you've got some brilliant guys in as bloggers, and I can only wish that they hone in on their skills and become mainstream journalists. They use the online platform. There's a difference between a blogger or a blog site where you not get any identity, and a journalist in your site when an online presence as well, it gets an identity. So me go tell them try for tweak on ourselves, when I regularize, when I register and run yourselves as official media entities. When I get training, Sludge is there, then go train una. We need diversity. Because of all these difficulties, all this DIY for running a media house, people they ship now to us operating online, which is way cheaper. It's like Jeff Bezos did. For rent a store in Manhattan in New York expensive, like open me shop online. That's so Amazon come into being. In the end, Amazon serves this virtual market. So that is probably going to be the way forward, depending on A, internet penetration, and B, affordability for pay for the internet access. But I think on the whole, the repeal don't give some freedom, but I'm not late into proper investment because of the climate. The economy is small.
Very small.
The economy is very, very small. And because it's small, the money to go around in certain areas. Banks can go say, oh, we're going to break even. So we can't do a lot of advertising online or on this radio.
So as well, quickly before I go to Ahmed, the issue about having a lot of media outlets, say newspaper and all, we've been to get this conversation about, converging and get people them we get certain media newspaper them mostly. Say, how do we get just one and able to attract the advertising? You get people that we just publish when they are adverts. If you not get adverts this week, it definitely not get for publish the newspaper. How do we get to that point to say, we know they get this Boku newspaper them like how we get few, we go collaborate and work together, enable attract business people and for advertise.
It's going to be difficult. It was tried before. I think Taib Bad and come together, Echo newspaper, Freetown Post, and I think one or two other persons come together as one. But then it not go far. I mean, the point is, when I get for believe in something in the public interest, for establish on ourselves as journalists, or in the truth, or in information dissemination. But if we share and if we get different interests around financial survivability, political interests, geopolitical considerations, it's going to be very difficult for the hold. It's going to be extremely, extremely difficult. Because you get your interest. Then they get your interest. You want to publish something within the public interest. Hey, that man ain't been paying me picking school fees and also know that butter. Hey, that man me girl picking me go bondo and ain't been buying waiting and color. So when a various individual interests they be cloud the general public interest. It's difficult. But also the issue of free speech is such that in America, for example, you don't have to register your newspaper. Now, only when you use Spectrum, like a radio station, they need for control. Now, free speech, now fundamental human rights, which is why the broader argument around who should or shouldn't become a journalist, my position has always been, do not regulate the practice of journalism based on academic qualification. It's like if you don't learn book, you know for votes. Because it's a fundamental free speech. You will employ now you go establish your benchmark. Who's kind employer wants? If you get first degree, if you get master's degree, or wait till you forget. You regulate, but let the state not regulate how somebody go become a journalist. So that is the problem we are faced with. It's extremely difficult for converge the media because of clash of interests, but also because genuine media practice in this country, not to bring about money. You need to get rich.
Like you be advised me.
Absolutely.
And I've seen that. You go definitely with some level of credibility. You go live a normal life. You go get you able to get what you to take care of yourself.
You go be comfortable.
You go be comfortable. Yeah, but that one way, if you want that Boku one and how then call you get for do the extra anyway. But Ahmed, how is life post presidency? How you retirement life?
No retired. When I tell you, I'm still president. Because they tell me, I still live with the executive.
Yeah, but you know,
I go around. You're not the president again. I'm an ex-official. They say, well, the immediate past president. Yes. But my role now for make sure I introduce them to new partners, to two partners them, and also try for help the other settled family. Then I take the back seat. Yes, that's what I'm doing all these past 1 2 weeks. We still get some awards that we give to people who don't support me over the years, corporate houses then and other institutions then. And I know deeper now.
You miss being president?
No. I don't miss. It's been 9 years. 9 years. I'm not tired. It's going to take a whole lot of me. You know, easy.
Yeah, you get time with the family now.
And Exactly.
Yeah, you're able to sleep.
I'm able to sleep. But you know, it's late. Look at 4 o'clock today. Most times,
it's a good thing,
6 o'clock in the morning.
What is
6 in the
happening
morning.
in Sludge should teach Sierra Leone a big lesson.
Seriously.
I mean, I like the transition. The former president is there, more or less holding the hand of the new president, and I'm sure whoever would have become the president would not have made any difference if I don't still go around and show this person the light and go forward. There are events organized by Sludge. The Sludge president picks up the phone and calls the former president. Hey, Mr. Abikaba, I want to camp on this function. Hey, Mr. Omar Rufana, I want to camp. Hey, Mr. Nazrel, I want to attend this function. We all go there when we can. We support them. This is what we don't see in Sierra Leone.
Exactly.
And it's sad.
Maybe before we end, we'll talk about a very controversial issue that go around right now about, you know, sharing power at the executive level. Just briefly, maybe we'll talk about it. But Ahmed, you know, the media, I read, you know, you write something, we get my attention. We get to do with you know, redefining the media's mission. The article we write will publish on Tooth Media, Tooth newspaper. I say, too often journalism is reduced to holding governments accountable. That is critical, but not enough. The media must also help build Sierra Leone, not just expose its flaws. It must hold the mirror, but also help sketch the future. It must criticize, but also uplift. It must expose wrongdoing, but also inspire right doing. Because the narrative as we shape, the narrative we shape as journalists are the very lenses through which we see ourselves and the world sees us. You know, this idea about we want to hold people accountable as well, but how do we turn the mirror to ourselves? I remember some time ago when I was president of Reporters Union, I challenged media owners. We're mostly not journalists. Say we advocate for security. Them people who work different places for minimum wage, but we are not paying the minimum wage. We are not taking care of the people who are working for us. How we turn this mirror to we self as journalists? Somebody was just talking about, to some extent, us losing trust. People when they go to the blogger now, because you say, well, I go to the journalist, we call the person, then they settle and they. But the bloggers, I go to them, they put me live, they just get the phone, he puts me live on Facebook, I say waiting I want for say and move on. How do we build trust?
Yes, okay, Adikandi, Umar will talk about, we talk about the media, the bloggers, then they fill a gap who exists within the code. Me not see an akawede. We have seen a change that happen. Huge change that happened over the last 3 decades. And so if I don't say media business and journalism is founded on fundamental human rights, we have freedom of expression. We have everybody right nowadays. It's America, you don't even go register. Go register. Anybody can be a journalist. You get access to the phone now. Technology don't change everything. So that is space. It's just that now we the journalists do not take advantage of the space for good, for extent. But now space exists for everybody. And it don't bring participation. Everybody now able to participate in discussion and what they call. Even if it don't make sense, what they do, but if they feel that part, they say, I participate. I send me voice note. I send me text. Or I talk on this issue here. Or can I page right now outside the broadcast so they comment. Whether negatively or positively. Everybody they feel part of that. That's not happen. But the trust they across, not to just win them. Even the bloggers, they don't believe them all. So they don't believe them. The ones outside they go forget the credible news. So basically, that's the problem again. We don't see the media now this part of the world because of the kind governance we get and the candidates that we get. We don't see the media say you rule now for make sure say you hold government to account. Not to be responsible for do something positive for push government go. You know what I mean? They're not saying already. Even as president, they accuse me say, hey you go too close to the government.
You say you're too diplomatic.
Yeah, it's too diplomatic. You know what I mean? But I get what I want. If a confrontation, I know they get her. The government and authority, they get legitimacy. They elected for 5 years. You go challenge them and go fight them for get this year.
But yes, that self not affects how the people they perceive it, because there are certain issues where you'd expect say institutions like SLAG should call the government out.
Yeah, we
public officials out.
But we measure. We didn't know what to do to put multiple. Everything they put multiple. Things that we win, we go. They say this we didn't put more. They will put her. I say happy, man. Not to everything now. We go talk about. Yeah, what they call. Low with that guys. So what meeting is not the push to. The first thing you push to the government or anybody who has to also account. Then you know say they do genuinely and not for being account down. Once you don't establish that trust, you can get certain anything. You know, see they do genuinely for supporter, na for be better and good. So that's the problem. Yes, but we know they take the responsibility now as media say we get the responsibility for also protect this country and promote peace and also ensure say people get credible information. So the motivation now, in terms of who that he become journalist, what do you become journalist for? Why you want to become journalist? You're lucky, maybe you get to be all, you get tomorrow, you get to be at your stage where you start for be you role models them, we look up to, we inspire you. But that's now the distance we they get, it's different. Somebody can sign up because you want me to appoint as special attaché. You know what I mean? You want to support this party here and go. Now interested in 9% of be a journalist. So there's no way it'll be ethical and professional. You know what I mean? It's a propagandist. Propagandists will begin promote the political party and promote the political leader.
You know, we get a transition from Umaru Kelvin. Umaru advocate for the repeal. Una able come achieve and all with Kelvin, US Secretary General then and all that. But you know, the media itself with the professional body as large, how do we build a system usai sludge like how you don't left hand? So well, people will say Umaru was very much critical in his own time as president of sludge with take subvention.
Well, they're not give.
They're not give. So there is this point about sludge taking subvention now from government, which they imply say if government they give you that money, it means government they control what you they do. How do we get at the point? Just like the public service is like say, not only the journalists but even in professional bodies independent, they can criticize government irrespective of the money when they give them. But naturally, you go agree with me. Say the acceptance of subvention from the state to some extent, they make people believe say sludge is being compromised.
Yes, that's a perception. No matter what you do, that's a perception. A perception sometimes to people in reality. What's the non-believe on there? I let you talk to for defender.
But some of them perception is in reality. Because if they receive something from the state, you want to be very careful with them. Ask them the other time. They say, no, this shouldn't give you. Because we get the tendency for that in our society.
Yes.
And not that then they give you because it's due sludge. But then, if you not support we or you challenge we, will they hold this force? It happen.
Yes, well, let's show you the difference now. It not start under this government. It starts under Kaba.
Yeah, Tijan Kaba did it. And also na monkey has this question, but because in the beneficiary may not benefit from that sludge president, I want to just quickly respond to this. Tijan Kaba began, and that was when IB Kaba was president of sludge. They give subvention to sludge because he see him as a contributing body towards the governance of Sierra Leone. Then when Tijan Kaba done as president and Escoma became president, IB Kaba, who was a sludge president beneficiary, became Minister of Information, then discontinue him. They're not get sludge for, I think, 4.5 years when I was president of sludge. And then later, Madabi actually campaigned that he would give sludge subvention and he would repeal criminal libel law.
Yeah.
So when he became president, he did both, the repeal and the subvention. And one thing I want to tell you, Lama, in the public now, that the Scandinavian countries of Norway, Sweden, I think even Denmark and Finland, then they received the biggest support from the state in terms of subvention, the media body. But statistics, the last I checked, when I was sludge president, these were countries holding their government accountable the most, where the media, they hold the government accountable the most, despite receiving the subvention from the state. And the thing here is sludge is not a media house. So even if you pally with sludge, you cannot pally with all the media houses in Sierra Leone. You cannot. And the subvention that comes towards sludge is for the running of sludge. And nobody can tell me, say, throughout Monkin presidency, they not fall out with the government. They did. But the government never stopped, as far as I know, correct me if I'm wrong, never stopped for getting subvention. There are things that we need for, I think we need for either legislate or make them part of a tradition. One of them are presidential debates. That one maybe we can form a council, get parliamentary approval, make it obligatory, morally or legally, I don't know how we do it, for ensure, say, whoever runs for president takes part in the debate. Second, now for give subvention, SLAC is not the only non-state body where the government they give subvention. If I recall well, then they even give Red Cross.
Yeah.
And then they give some other pressure groups as well.
I think the accounting association or so.
Exactly.
Then they give some.
So not a win number. But again, like I say, the higher a monkey climbs, the more it exposes its backside. This Wolushenka said the ripest fruit is the saddest. When mango tick day, the mango will repass and all. Now all man will go for go pick. So the attraction of the media, the power of the media, now it makes sometimes people to judge me differently, even if unfairly. But that's not just because invisible too powerful that if they not be unfair in the judgment of us, then we stand for benefits with the critical media go lost. Not because they believe in truth. Not I tell you some Marriott need to for Lamrana for this radio. If things turn around politically, go cry you down.
Yes.
So it's not about we believe in the truth.
Yeah.
Now, we stand for benefit from somebody telling the truth at a particular time.
Yeah, I agree with you totally, and I've been saying this. Most of the conversation them on convenience. And they see people the way they share me tweets or posts for the past 6 or 7 years. People that have been they abuse me today and challenge me and call me say me SLPP. But they agree with me on so many things, even on we forums them. They agree with me on almost everything I say. But in that same discussion and day, if you agree with their own politician them or their own people that win at their interest, then they come after you. So most times it's not, like you say, it's not about the truth, it's not about the interest of the public or the nation, it's about with convenience. Now me own posting this, now this, exact personal interest. So it can change. And people who have been they agree with me today, they disagree with me now.
Exactly. That's so you find out.
Vice versa.
On the Anes, okay, start on the Kaba. On the Anes no give subvention, but Anes he help plenty journalists there. Personally, that's what you do. That's what you help there.
Yeah.
He get journalists away help for established media houses there, help for buy printing press. You know what I mean? That's individually. That's what help there. Whilst now this government will come, the promise he promised 10 things under the media. We see they do. And then a part of it. That's what we tell us, a good subvention. And they say, no, it's part of it. And we just remind you, say, okay, this is not part of it. But, like we say, flatter to the media. We don't talk over and over and again. We not to the media. We not control your independence. Not to the work so. What you have to do now, we can't say do so. No. The job of the media, the whole government to account, like you say, the fundamental responsibility and also help for build the nation, to hold on together. That's a responsibility.
And one more thing, Lama, that the fact that I think the understanding of many Sierra Leoneans is very limited to only Sierra Leone. If you're going to Dakar, Senegal,
exactly, Dakar,
then call it SEMPICS, that we call as large, the Young Association of Journalists. Then get a masterpiece building, one of the headquarters. It was built mostly by the state. The government of Abdoulaye Wade pumped a lot of money into building that structure. When Abdoulaye Wade did run for a third term, which technically was not illegal, the media say this may not be illegal, but there was a gentleman's agreement say, you run for more than 2 terms. It was not illegal because when he became president, there was no term limit for a president. Now, during his first term, Nandem passed a law that imposed a term limit, which means in second term became his first term under the new constitution. So he was not acting illegally for a third term, but then so he had a gentleman's agreement. They challenged him, regardless of the fact that they pumped a lot of that into them. Second, the president of SEMPICS, now Senegal, gets a diplomatic passport. And that is because he sits on a particular government body where he gets a diplomatic status. But also the presidents of Senegal at the time argued that, look, these are the presidents of Senegal, they get travels. He's contributing towards governance of the media, which we all agree on the fourth estate of the realm.
Yeah.
So therefore, look again, this. After all, there's some guys who get diplomatic passports, we know they contribute as much to the country in development as this agency or this media body they contribute. So Lord put on that has not compromised. Me wonder say why Slack president now they get diplomatic passport. Where somebody not a full they don't get no waiting and color. No, they get it.
You apply.
Yes, I call the immigration officer. That's what I want. Nothing.
Now the issue of prerogative in this country, the laws, well, like you give non-politician, the laws say the president, they get anybody we forgive. So that the use of prerogative is so huge that you don't have layers the way to hold the person and ensure say not go beyond bar for using prerogative. So as a result, it abuse them. We've seen presidents in this country with the ticket go go overseas by international conference. We're not get no value for go add because they get the power for them. So you not get layer with the whole and say no, this not be the following parameters. So as a result, we don't see people that don't give diplomatic passport to. We're not a minister, not a member of parliament. So essentially, we just get for ensure say we not judge people because it's convenient for we. We judge them because we feel say it wrong. And anybody do them, whether now we your friend or we foe, we will condemn her. That's civility now, not that.
Yes, and it should be across. It should be national. You know, I can tell some of my party and say, the space is open now. It not just mean for be say if you see something wrong, the journalist someone for talk. You got Facebook.
Exactly.
You can say it.
The space day for everybody now.
Yeah.
For say your voice. what's it genuine?
Yeah.
Yes, put it on the let you voice.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
but the body model they give the responsibility they give it's so huge that
It's
now
so
we the
huge.
reason that we for change this country.
Yeah.
And the different players at different times. When they push you.
Exactly. Yes.
What's
All
up
I
with
want
Canada?
they just blast. They got it for you.
So
because they satisfy their own agenda. You know
Exactly. And what I don't learn is you become friends of opposition politicians become your friends when they are in opposition.
Yes. When they can power.
When they can power, no. I know people, and I keep saying this. I know people where they so believe in what they do when they were in opposition. You know, then go call me, talk about it. We had this. Maybe they do. I'm not because I'm SLP.
Exactly.
But because it is my job. You know, when I was at Star, I've been so believed that there is the need for the opposition voice. Now that platform there. So I've been always they reach out to people in the opposition. That was how I get close to Robin Fale, Honorable Tambasam, Lima, Tondone. That was how I got very close to them. Because I've been thinking, there was a vacuum. But maybe the fact for bring them come, let them voice be
heard. Yes.
But you know, some people we don't get power now, and you want all them accountable. No, you are not their friends again.
Some people not even talk to me. Like people many years ago even see me say, "Oh, he's just the best in all Africa." Even
now they condemn you.
Now they really talk to me. I would struggle to reach out to them even for official reasons. You know, but I think I got to say this: there's a difference, Lamrana, between your character and your reputation. Your character is actually what you are. And your reputation is what somebody else thinks you to be, which may not necessarily be the case. So making say always stand by your character, defend your character, be worried by your character, not by your reputation. You can't control that. Now, so the person to say you be it genuinely or influenced by the figments of the person's imagination or in interest. So I would say stick it out. I, for example, when Yankaba was president, my nephew, who is the editor of Global Times, Sorry Fofana, or the managing editor, was in London, then called me, say, it's Yankaba introduce NatCom. In spokesman, Kanji Darami, they become the NatCom boss. He wants you to become presidential spokesman. I said, no, thank you, I'm very happy. I turned him down, respectfully. And Eskroma, I'm sure he thought that I was APC. Wallahi billahi tallahi. He thought that I was APC. And then this was the man who would call me almost every weekend. The election of 2007, I covered him from both for the BBC. When the election done, the following morning, and Eskroma called me. Omar, look, he said, we. In other words, adding me to them. He said, look, they said, we don't win outright. Now I said, no, sir, honorable. But then I was a member of parliament. I said, I've seen the results because of my network. I said, there will be a runoff. Oh, really? I said, yes, there will be a runoff. He said, okay. So we're done with this. Later, they announced the runoff day. So kind of fits on and do the runoff. They win. Me and Kelvin Lewis, we're going to APC party office. You can imagine the party that has just been declared the ruling party. The place besieged by APC, we're not besieged, surrounded by APC people. Kelvin in the free, now say Kelvin Kalobo. Then they literally split the crowd. Say, Umar the camp. Umar for the camp. Umar for the camp. I go take inside, take up APC office, I meet an Eskroma inside in room. Now APC office. I congratulate him. Interview now, say, too excited for grant a sensible interview right now. I'm just here to congratulate you and to suspend our friendship. It turns to Asabi, all the one to be the Victor Four was in the room, Alpha Khan was in the room, Asabi the all. I'm doing a book. I hope I get money. I go to I write this book. So I come out, and then fast forward, then attack APC supporter obviously attacked SLPP office. And I reported on that fact. I became their enemy. You understand?
I change it overnight.
Yes.
One incident don't change it.
Quick 360-degree turn. And I'm like, I've got to do what I've got to do. You know, so there was no let up.
Yeah, to a point you're victimized.
Absolutely. I applied for a
license.
radio station funded by the Open Society. You know, are we on? So we're not like go to the lights.
No, it's
We're not there on solar.
Person get that money where we no go really spend. Some man they start to below, say no they for see the end. So far up na call it, just forget it.
Real bad.
I'm forever grateful. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. Man, I know they reach 40 again. Tell me waiting being pulse in the chest. After all waiting pulse in the face.
Well, welcome back. We're very much sorry. We get a power cut. Umar will really talk about the cost of running a space like this. You can get generator and you can get, we actually they set up with solar, alternative energy. Now we want to rely on actually less, expensive for buy fuel and all that. And as we're fixing, we'll get onto that. But somebody just say, nah, the EDSA induction. So EDSA self joined the morning devotion. So that's part of it. Yeah. But Umaru, as we've been saying, there's something people don't know as well. I need to say this. I remember I was offered a job. I reach out to Umaru, and as always, Umaru Monk, always anything I get, I reach out to them. And one of the advice I remember where Umaru gave me that, if you want to learn for be an independent journalist, take the job, go out, capacitate yourself. But remember, no more say where you come, you already don't join a political party and a government. And I got to think about time. I talk to different people. I think about time, and I said, no, this is not what I want to do. Not to me. My career path, this is what I want to take. By then, I was being paid 800,000 leons. I was offered a press attaché job.
Thousands of dollars.
Yes, thousands of dollars. And I was told, and this was by the APC government then, I was told, apart from the UK, China, the US, Germany, I can choose anywhere. Then go came. Now me and one other colleague, they US now. I remember, then called me to a meeting. One of the ministers even suggest to me, say, okay, well, if you don't want to take her, you can come be my personal assistant. There are traveling opportunities. And I was like, did they then sack you? I don't lost me. So I didn't. And thanks to the people like you who have been there around me, and advised me well. And I was, then tell them you get $1,000 safe now, boku money, and you want travel and all that. But thankfully, I didn't take it, and I remain to be the journalist I have been and continue for build at the base. So if I know just if let people know who don't come up from and who we they presently. But as we try for conclude this conversation, Ahmed, there's this issue about the cyber law. Now one thing where you raise a lot, as large president. But we still get now we get the Anti-Terrorism Act as well. But as much as we get a repeal of the law, just a few days ago, we colleague Thomas Dixon, they invite an CID because he reports say one of the mining companies them, NASITs don't carry them go court because they know they pay NASITs for them, staff them. They invite them go CID. And we don't see cases where people and they use politicians as well as corporate institutions and individuals, they use the cyber law for intimidate. I remember I was attacked. Someone who advised me for go CID. I went there just because of the people that were involved. CID did not take me case serious. Why go? Everybody they afraid. No, them people. Everybody, they're not taken serious. And journalists are being attacked. They not take the matter then serious. But if somebody go complain the journalist, the habits of inviting the journalist on Friday again, keep and they say over the weekend, still they happen, even with the repeal. How do we handle this moving forward? Because myself now start so let them not invite me one day. Then go keep me,
Yeah, now the issue that we talk about. Now we talk about, and people don't criticize. We say they don't go repeal of criminal libel law and they don't count the repeal back. They don't count the law back in a different form. We not the cyber law. That section 40. Now we don't raise them. From the time they pass the law, we raise them. We engage Parliament. We get a broader coalition of media stakeholders and civil society who all put more today, but they're still not changing it. So we still get to continue the advocacy and ensure say they pull that with the otherwise it's still get for effect to be. So we still get, I don't know how the new team get to do that now, but I think we get good relationship with the police, we get good relationship with the Parliament. So we need to engage more and try to see how we strengthen that. We don't make engagement with the police. Say, There's a left for the invite journalists and police on for the work they do.
Yeah, there's IMC.
And understand that case, the IMC we don't look at her. I'm not even put that in conclusion. That case with this case with Dixon and
Kingo.
Yes, and Kingo. And from there come up with them Guyana now. I'm not happy. But you see, they would not tell them. We gotta understand it. But I don't know when they're gonna CID. I don't know because of the powers we involved behind. It does call. And if you want to use the money for intimidate the journalist stop. Yes, but nothing we need for stop. We need for make the police not say the IMC day. Let us help you because of the relationship we get. Let us help you say any matter we involve journalists who are in the line of duty. Let it refer to IMC. IMC don't get powers now. They judge them fairly, get you inside, get on the inside, and make a verdict. If they find a journalist wanting, then they tell us apologize or retract. Retract, apologize. If he sees they will pay fine.
Okay.
So that is simple. So we need for respecting the institution. We're going to parliament creator. And I need for regulate the media.
Umaru?
Well, I think there is every need for get some, regulation around social media. However, for use them as a sort of backdoor replacement of the criminal and sedition libel law is dishonest, and I think it doesn't help any society where they pretend or project themselves as a democratic one. But we all know the horrible things that are going on social media, and I wonder why the emphasis is more about freedom of expression on social media than the one the way they curse and insult and put gory things on social media. I think the police them one time they want notice say the police themselves not understand say that old law no longer exists. There was a time where they invited journalists. We gonna tell the police, I say, you don't get no power again for invite this journalist because of what you put in paper. I say, really? Now I say, that repeal of the libel law, don't take this away from Mona. Now that's when I call you back. Let's talk to my boss. They call him boss. Later on, they call me, say, my boss, and because of the fact that he puts her on WhatsApp. Imagine the front page of the paper, he puts her on WhatsApp, he go charge the journalist under the cyber law. Now I said, this is wrong. So I even started to go to the journalists and the CID, but later on, I think they settle them in a way. So that is the kind of problem that we have. But quickly before we wrap this thing up, now the fact that where you dey in power, be careful how you dey use the power, be careful how you dey pass laws. Because the laws you pass now, without protecting those who are out of power, go come for bet you when you are no longer in power. You can't be president forever. You can't be minister forever. You can't be an MP or even police or whatever forever. There will come a time when you go stop for be that. So pass laws the way they protect you when you are no longer in power. Second, again, on my way here, I hear you talk about the grief and God. Many a time would they forget God. Some man they go inside boats for going to Lunge. You know they say Bismillah. You know they say Jesus. Now when the water become choppy, say Jesus, Allahu Akbar, begin pray. God self, they feel very bad that we the only remember them because of bad times. If we remember at any time, when Jankaba died, this is one thing they always kind of in mind. When Jankaba died, with the Kisiro Cemetery, are they on top of this elevated spot? Then President Anes Kromatimap, then Vice President Samsuman at map near each other. Then they watch, then they lower at Yankaba in grave, embodied into the grave. And then I wrote an article. I said, if only this president and this vice president, or any president and vice president in future, members say their bodies will one day be lowered into the ground like this now that they see so, then go be careful how they govern we. Now, because we can forget about God.
Yeah.
But Lord, remember, say, when we become sick, we are powerless, completely powerless. Let alone we don't die. You go see the mortal remains of somebody, can't do anything. We all, in Islam, the only certainty about life, now death. Lord, remember God and the fact that again for hold we accountable tomorrow and be careful how we treat each other.
That's very
This has to be the fundamental of everything, whether they're in power or they're out of power. And it brings us to the point, when we say power, not just political power.
Yeah.
Media get power. When you get immediate power, don't abuse it.
Yeah.
Don't misuse it. No settle scores. Stand by the truth and for the truth. And be fair to all manner of persons.
There are things where you don't say, where I think, they look forward to the book, and it for the day. This issue about where they do law, where you get power. You know, whoever thought former President Kuma go stand at the stands inside
the dock.
Inside the dock. That picture went viral. Somebody where then old people and I go call you na pula na CID, can go CID, can go na court. Exactly. So this is about the things you say, and there's one thing you keep saying, that we should fix our parliament.
Absolutely.
And make this country better. We'll find time for discuss that. we will find time for discussion. But I think there are things we need for fix, and some of us we don't get the experiences. We dey look for read waiting una get for rights now una book, and but as well, speaking up, wherever they get the session there, let me speak up about how we turn the mirror to ourselves as media as well. How do we hold ourselves accountable? Like you say, it's not just about political power. This morning I they talk about even the keke rider or the market woman then Akuto Road, the chair lady. She's got some power. Now go they allocate table lemenusa would for day. If you abuse that power, they abuse somebody else in right. How do we understand that as well as a people? But waiting I hope for the media. We waiting you they look forward to, post. I can say right now they enjoy retirement, post president.
It mentioned me professionally.
Yeah.
So the next phase now, I go for make money now.
Yeah.
Support myself now. All this year.
Yeah.
That's the challenge.
Yeah.
Yes, but I look forward to a media like this, who dedicated to the truth and dedicated to public interest journalism. And I'm glad we don't get enough me now.
Yeah.
Enough in the start for support that one day. And I hope say government now, the international community now, anybody who will get interest for say know the role of media in a democracy, and for sure say we get peace and stability now, they will support that initiative day, and ensure say we get more money for give to more media. One ourselves can benefit from it. Because now we get for good programs. We want to see more of them kind issues than the media. So now I look forward to. And I look forward to I can get some ideas the way we did as president, who would engage IMC. The number of media also get us alone. We don't need them. We don't need them. We need to put it moratorium now and stop. A lot of consolidate. Sometimes we people take some actions then. You know what I mean? Because the very essence of the media, they undermine them with the kind of number we get. Because you get control. I like with 20 because the one way they can join, open paper, open radio, they get the interest when they come open for. You know what I mean? Not for the public interest, not for their own personal agenda. Then. Most one they can. So we don't can add to the chaos and the small economy who they will help the media to grow. Not possible. So we got to take some drastic actions there and ensure say we consolidate the media, we get real established media houses there where they pursue the truth and where they able for pay the journalists there, where they work with them and make money and be viable and pay journalists there.
I look forward to a time where we go travel filling the vacuum. The media clearly poor. Many years ago, I talked to a U.S. ambassador at the time. I say America lost Latin America because they take their eyes off them ball. They left them to their own device. Britain, the European Union, the United States, they pump a lot of money into Sierra Leone. I believe it behoves them for help for strengthening the media for follow the trail of the money in the send kind of Sierra Leone. One of the best, in fact I would say the best built road in this country, now the one from Kenema to Pendembo. And the reason why that road they fine, now because the one they begin the money at Islamic Development Bank, they actually come, then build a structure there, then sit down to watch the road when they build them. Where they can say, they say, look the agreement too. They say this number, this inches, this one I post on a half, on a hard panel. So the other one they give the money, they can't they for follow every on a daily basis. So I think the media got to be strengthened, and the media has to live up in terms of ensuring that money will be generated locally, and the money they come from abroad, but we lost any money that come from abroad and the people's money, we'll put them into good use. Otherwise, I don't check the roads at this town. Then the build road, slabs and all the walkway not there. They don't fix them at all. Because you give this man contract, you don't estimate all of this, they ask him for kickback. You go pull her inside that slab there, because you go buy iron rod, you go buy cement. You don't get the moral high ground for challenging. You go say that money will give you, now for don't put Spanish. People they for don't, they broke their foot there and all of these things. So which is why the West, I don't like this of depending on foreign governments, but no government or hardly any government in Africa want to see a viable media. So they will tighten the screws around you, which is why like-minded agencies and those abroad for come together and ensure that they build with capacity. So I'm looking for that time where capacity could be very strong, and then as mainstream media, we look at how we go take over the social media, put to mainstream outside, as opposed to the vacuum where exists there, because many people, media houses in this country don't care about their social media presence. So we go there. And then one last thing about that, I think I tell President Monk at the time, say, I don't develop a big document, which I'm going to complete, about journalism behavior on social media. It says I'm on personal Facebook where I can put anything there. No, you are a journalist. If you put something there about me or my agency, we take sites, You can't invite me on a radio for go pretend to be balanced and fair. I go, son, you don't take sides already.
Yeah.
So we've got to be careful what we put out on social media so the public will keep that trust in us as opposed to saying, oh, now the same thing, they say with our 232 blog puts 90s registered media say put 90 on social media feed. Let's create that difference. Let it be noticed. And do ya one time more. You want to be journalist? Not Canada this year. You want Belos next year. Not Canada this year. You want get SUV next year. It takes time. It took more than 10 years for I get one old Mazda. I was just lucky because I work for International Media House, where give me a lot more money than I will get locally. But there's a lot of respect you can get, even as a local media journalist, if you keep your credibility and say no to money we get blood. When they give you for like you betray the public trust and project somebody interest or an agency interest.
That's very important, and thank you very much, Umaru. And they don't guide me life and me profession as well, and it has been good. But quickly before I let you go, a few minutes, not a long talk. There is this talk about power sharing. Now the executive level. Waiting are you thought about that? I mean, I'll start with you. You think we should get at a time where we forget that then at the appointments, ministerial appointments, so the president go appoint, say, okay, people from APC una give now APC then apart people from SL people una call form a government?
No, I don't think so. Like never go elections. Let the people decide. Not we for decide for the people. Let the people get that. Make we say we get periodic every 5 years we get elections. The people decide say I don't want for me then govern we.
Okay.
In terms of promoting inclusion and peace and stability, it's the responsibility of the elected government to do that one day. And work with the opposition. And they should say anything they do, then consult and they engage in dialogue. They respect them in position. Say we now within our government, but there's also people who check we and they have get a say in the governance.
Okay.
So we not believe in power sharing. Power sharing can always undermine the essence of constitutional rule and elections and that kind of thing. But I don't say that power sharing thing talk to come out too.
The president say it is actually the president say we for think about the PR system at the executive.
PR is not power sharing.
No, well, he say at the executive level, because if you say at the executive level,
I think the thinking we need to get a system of governance. What we need for salon, who goes to be with context and beyond.
You've always said
demographics
that.
and what they call it, our culture and tradition.
Okay.
We forget a system like that. Would they speak to them then? Now we try for build and I just say we practice that.
Okay, thank you very much, Umaru.
You know, when George Bush was president, he had a defense secretary called Robert M. Gates. When Obama became president, Republican to Democrats, Obama reappointed Robert M. Gates as in defense secretary. They're not telling for Ledua. I think US, you see a lot of worth in Robert Gates, he reappointed him as defense secretary. Now, in Sierra Leone, I've said this many, many times, our politics is all about politicians wanting it all for themselves. You understand? To the point that I don't think, say, power sharing should be the word to use. I could be more interested in a president where he really concerned about diversifying in appointments. Don't go only to the areas and we vote for you and appoint people into government places. Stretch them, spread them around, both by your knowledge of individuals and by listening to people that we know the society, probably more than how you know them. Forget the complexities so you can be able to reflect that in the way they appoint. I believe very strongly that much as you get a PR system at the parliamentary level, you cannot possibly advocate for that at the executive level. People voted for you. You don't want to appoint people who will come and undermine you. You don't want to appoint people whom you do not trust or who do not believe in your leadership. You won't forget a team when you they take responsibility for when things then go wrong. When things then go right, I go say, claim all of this and say we all benefited from this.
Okay.
So I would say instead of having it legislated for appoint percentage of ministerial appointments, I would say lead the, you know, me that been saying, Lamrana, I say before we die, we didn't know whether we would go heaven or whether we would go hell. I say because inside we know the life we will live in this world, whether we see them or not see them. So as a president, follow your conscience. And it's a lot about doing than saying. So whatever system you get, let's be fair in the way we govern Sierra Leone. Let's be honest in the things that we say. Whether what we say nothing we really believe in or what they say for showboating.
Okay.
So I would say, I'll tell you one quick one before I left. When Ernest Kroma was declared president of Sierra Leone in 2007, he called me. He said, Umar, I'll go see Pakaba. He said, I want Fele come with me. Now I say, Honorable, but then not swear I'm in it. I say, Honorable, I'm sorry, I did do a report now for the Beast, the world media. So when I'm done, I'll call you. So then go see Pakaba. I don't file my report, now I call him. Now he said, don't come and see Pakaba, then you go see Solomon Berawa. So I went to Berawa's in residence at the time, Laspo Road. And as Kuroma go inside the compound, Kuroma say he want for see Berawa. He wants only 6 people. I for really get time and money for write me book. He say he wants see 6 people and only inside the office, and in the camp with only 6 people and with time for see Solomon Berawa. Somehow, both sides allow me for the in. Now, and as Kuroma tell Berawa say, the results of this election don't show say the country is sharply divided, and I will reflect that in me appointments. Lamana wallahi, the faces of SLPP people in that room, they light up. Because the whole thing about this follow get jobs.
Yeah, it's control. What me paddy can say control of resources.
Absolutely. So after that, when they come out, I know the people who said to Kuroma, Your Excellency, no ever say that again. No, people they don't follow get a job. Sadly, Kuroma no go by what he say. You go by the pressure you face from young people. And that is what leadership is all about. Not just Jackson talking here. Now that's American embassy made by Cotton Tree. You can't get a press conference during the war. They say a good leader does not necessarily follow public opinion. It said a good leader should be able to mold public opinion. Whether the public like him or not, if you're not a good leader, you go argue him, mold the opinion and shift, and they can support you. Do what is right.
Okay.
So in a sense, I'm not going to appoint you because you're not APC. I'm not
I'm
not going to appoint you because I appoint you because you're not APC, but you feel fine. No, I appoint you because I know you work, and I know you can deliver this.
So the society says people don't associate with people because they think they belong to this political party. Exactly. They're not friends. People that will go college, we join club. They don't associate because they think say this person then at this party, and they say it's so sad and difficult. Even as it's difficult for life. Either you talk to, they keep competing with, but they are your friends.
So Mark is somebody don't think about running for president. I go vote. It depends on whose party you are.
Party you want to go exactly.
Believe me, why should the party that I represent? Why should that matter to you? So it tells you about our thinking.
Finally, with the record this, what thing you think? Just say something about Truth Media.
Truth Media. What I would say. This is what we need in Salon right now, and it can at the right time. At this period, we can so at the right time become, and we pray that you will succeed and you give us for sustain here. Like I say. Not about this launch you don't launch so, not about how you get for last. That's very important, and your integrity.
Okay.
So I pray that you continue for maintaining standards and the way you get put on inside. All the staff then build that kind of character.
Thank you very much. This one succeed. Umaru?
Truth Media, when I think about the struggle we when I go through for establish, that should always guide you in the practice of your profession. When I make the difference, it's not about quantity, it's about quality. We got a lot of media houses. Do what can make you stand tall. Don't be pressured into doing anything because somebody feels it in interest. Be pressured for do things because it's in the best interest of the public.
Thank you very much, Umaru Fofana, former / president, and Ahmed Said Nasala, retired / president. But thank you very much, and once more, I want to thank Una very much for the support Una don't give me over the years, and pray say relationship will continue and go continue for get on our assessment, reviews, and support as we roll out with you they do. This is the Toots Morning Devotion on Toots Radio on FM 103.9. We're on Facebook and YouTube as well. The devotion they continue. They can talk about how to appear for the news. How the media they change. Ahmed starts for talk about that. Changing media, how online media they get some traction. People and they move from listening or going to the traditional media. Continue for watch. We'll come back. Introduce we other guests for continue with the devotion. My name is Amadu Lamrana Bah. Not to the last.
Money don't come for you. Businessman and businesswoman, they don't come for you.
This time again, the delivery guy no dey give me all the money, and I dey lost track of all my payments them. How I suppose for one business like this?
Why you not register for Orange Money Kotoku?
Kotoku?
If you get small business that's salon.
This now you chance for make you upgrade am. Orange money they introduce Kotoku na business line for all business them. Whether you na cookery seller, trader, barber, bike man or keke rider, this now una chance for receive payments directly to your Kotoku wallet from your customer them. And the best part now, Orange money go pay you commission for receive payments na your Kotoku wallet. Cash out for free na any Orange money office, franchise or kiosk point. Kotoku wallet na your business in better one. For register for Kotoku wallet, dial #144 *8*10#.
Orange money Kotoku don't come for you. Businessman and businesswoman, they don't come for you.
This time again, big delivery guy no dey give me all the money, and I dey lost track of all my payments them. How I suppose for one business like this?
Why you not register for Orange Money Kotoku?
Kotoku?
If you get small business na salon, this now you chance for make you upgrade am. Orange money they introduce Kotoku na business line for all business them.
Kotoku no dey yaba.
Whether you na cookery seller, trader, barber, bike man or keke rider, this now una chance for receive payments directly to your Kotoku wallet from your customer them. And the best part now, Orange money go pay you commission for receive payments na your Kotoku wallet. Cash
Good morning. Salon now we all we still there. Na the truth devotion. And we the lead the devotion. My name na Amadu Lamrana Bah. This na Truth Radio FM 103.9. The broadcast live from the studios na Ilcott, and we there on Facebook and we YouTube channel as well. We still continue the conversation about the state of the media and the evolving media in the country. Usai a lot of people, I can say they were wake in the morning. The tune radio force begin listen. I can start SLBC, Go 98, Go AYV, and listen. But now, working wake in the morning at the phone force. Take phone, begin search for news, look at them groups and know it's in the happen for the day, go to the blogs them and all that. So there's a changing pattern of content preferences. People they must side and they get information. And they see a lot of people and they go to the online blogs for telling story side and the brokers, and then they appear for the news. They report the news early before the mainstream media. We get for go film and force, cam, edit them, interview the other side and put them out. So we can talk about that. And there is this trending podcast, and I get the pleasure for invite the honest speaker, and as you mean so me Monday morning devotion. Before I start here, work on a morning in the office, and I go to me YouTube, get me coffee, and watch me honestly speaking podcast for the Monday edition. And I go message the host and tell her, say, no, I agree with this. For me, this show na my best show. I agree with this and I agree with this. So I get the pleasure of get the host of the Honestly Speaking podcast, Antonia Howard, my former boss, and good morning and welcome to the morning devotion.
Morning, Lamrana.
Yeah,
morning.
The pleasure having you, and thanks for all you're doing.
Thank
I
you.
also get with me Ibrahim Jawara, the CEO of IB Blog. The people who they appear for the news, then they interview Ariogbo, So I've been to talk to Ibrahim last night, and I tell him, say, he's built a brand, out of just online. People I go there for news. I go there for information about things that may happen. I can follow up with waiting I want to know, but I go there for get the information, because then they report them. Then go break the news, the mainstream media can follow up and do them now. So thank you for appear for the devotion this morning. Good morning and welcome.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Lamrana. Fambu them. Then call we IB blog. We always appear for the news.
Yeah.
And today we appear at Truth Media.
Thank you very much for coming to Truth Media. You appear for the interview this morning.
Yes.
Thank you. Antonia, I want to start with you. The transition. We don't use for week very early in the morning. Yeah. We go prepare for go on set, do 2 hours long interview. And I remember at some point when they talk, you tell me, no, Lamrana, I'm tired with that. It's just the same thing. I want to do something different. How is it transitioning? The podcast has become very popular. How is it doing, moving from the mainstream and hosting your own show?
I mean, actually, they think about this more recently, after like 5-6 episodes of the podcast, because it's not really different. I mean, where you do live television and radio, it is obviously live, so the preparation is a bit different. But in terms of how you prepare the content, the values and the ethics that we hold still remain the same. The only difference, I think, is the fact that it is recorded and you have much more time to review the content. It'll go through the same review process before we put it out, because at the end of the day, my own background, journalism.
Exactly.
As much as the space is transitioning, the core values I have now as a journalist, so now them principle, then they then value, then they guide the content where they put out. So just generally speaking, I not think say the process has been much different from me career in mainstream journalism and to what I'm doing now. It's been kind of similar.
But how about the independence? Say I have to choose my own topic. Now me go develop my own editorial policy. I can speak to who I want to speak to. I'm not gonna forget that call. Say no ask that question. No, this program we don't record them, but they go. We need to edit this part. How about that? Because that one thing I had always wanted to do. That freedom for ask what I ask and professionally, but just get that freedom for do what you want to do.
Absolutely, the freedom is there. In fact, these days, all man free for put out content. As long as you have a mobile device, you're able to record something, you send on a WhatsApp group, and before you know it, it goes viral. But it is also scary because you have a lot of power in your hands. Whatever you put out has the tendency to have a negative impact or the positive impact. And that's the thing that I don't feel say Boku people then can feel the weight of that responsibility. That whatever you publish whether it is written, whether it is recorded, whether a video, whatever you publish, first of all, it stays on the internet forever. That's one. So at any point in time, the world can go back and look at what you've said before. And secondly, it has the potential to create a positive change or to create chaos. So I think as much as I enjoy the freedom, I take it very seriously, and it is a serious responsibility.
Ibrahim, you know, this idea of appearing for the news are now one, but consistently building your brand. You know, one person, one of the online blogs, I understand, say, get an office space. You get a studio, get people them way they work with you. How do you come about building this? Because people and they just they do it for fun. Say, no, I can just put my phone and do it. But you building a brand and building a business, right?
Sure.
Yeah. So how is it? How do you go about doing this?
Well, for the office space, the whole idea came about a few years back. I get a meeting with European Union and also Peace Commission. I think first thing I was supposed to sign deal with them. The first thing where they asked me, you get bank account, business bank account, and other stuff. And along the line, as CC at the work, and more big people and big company they want to work with me and they are volunteer. And I sit down with myself as CC, like, I think what they do is genuine. I know they do anything where I feel say, but I don't need for fear for do whatever we in a league or something. So I decided say I think I need for work on this brand to another level. So first of all, also I start first before the office. I try for register the business. I register the business. After the next step was for get a office and a studio. Also me and me workers in the middle because at first now also me they go for do news and go out and other stuff. But I still like see the privacy not there, and I decided say just after before I go China, I be done set up that one day, and immediately when I come out China, I decided for open up just 1 week, and because I know one for keep on that space still like people and feel like say maybe sometimes now government don't phone IB for do this because you know the mentality of what people them. Yeah, any way they do them feel like you're not able to do anything for yourself. People get for support and the kind of work what they do. If you want for be independent and you want for do something right, you get for deny some offers them. You get for go out for let you able to do something for yourself. Also you get, but if you get a vision and you know say you want for pursue and you want for do the right thing, you get for stab yourself to so many opportunities then. So I decide, even though I've not been done as well one time, but I decided not for keep on too long because
and get started.
Yes, because I see I just come out, China come and I already don't do this year before I travel. And there is this some mentality where people they go out say, something like government make a travel or so. So if I will keep on for long, 1, 2, 3 months I can open and visit like my government.
Government don't fund
so I tell me guys and say the time short, I know people are find it. But we need to open this one because I not think say person if we can't take credit of what I don't sweat and labor for. And we decide for open them, and from them I begin get responsible institution like of official grafting other people them for work with, and recently I get different people and we ready for because I get identity and if anything you know say you go for me compared to other online blogs and way you just do business with them online, you're not even secure because you don't know how forget it if anything go wrong. So that's the whole idea about the office.
So how you can appear for the news? Is it they can call and say this is happening, people and trust you that much and can call say this is happening somewhere, or you get people them on the ground where as things or you don't tell them say if things happen any side reporters them on a call you can send a team there. Well,
they appear for the news. I think we set up that particular slogan last year. I give homework to all my reporters and everybody for come up with something. We'll for go with the brand because you get for think any way they do. You get for try for be creative and do something different. So all man carry and one of my reporter, I wanna get for count that slogan, and it been a little bit the first one week out being similar to the previous I was been work. Now I say no, I want something different. So I go out something with another slogan and the other ones in Kautam. So I watch among all the slogans, them all been nice, but I see say like this one go be more catchy and salon people and go more appreciate them. So I pass order at the office. I say as from city everybody for go the slogan, and for the go the slogan or for work towards the slogan, then call we IB blog always they appear for the news. So basically we get for work towards the slogan. I like na me do next and call we always get for ready for appear for the news.
Yeah.
So that's how the slogan come. It's all about consistency. Sometimes they call you midnight, fire on kitchen, up gone, problem up on a book or no kenema.
Yeah.
You get for go all out for let able, reach out for let able serve the people and in doing that, we don't do all these years and we don't build that trust with the people So it already to the level like sometimes I'm not able sleep safe because early morning they get for wake me to call. They're not even trust for gonna court again, police station or family support. Everything is about IB block. Now this and don't do somebody mango slap and self all thing na to win the complaint. Sometimes the cases and now get for shortlist which are more important for deal with. Understand? So that's how the people and then they call now because they trust on the
yes. Antonia mentioned something very important. Waiting we put out how it affects we how it affects the people and what they report about. How una can take them decision then they say as somebody don't call we say they don't even money some side or this thing don't happen. We call them an interview and no more, not get the other side of it. Or how una they look at the ethical issues them, and getting a balanced stories as well on things them on the report.
Well, when me set up my platform, I get this mentality like people have always been feel like bloggers and drop out people and people will not see us. And in life, when somebody say so you did, you get for try for be different and tell and say no to so you did. So I try for my best, follow the footstep way the mainstream media they do, even though people can say bloggers and journalists and different, but I feel like saying would they do similar work. So what they try with best, the first thing I can tell you, would they work towards the slogan. If you tell you say that this person do you get for ready first for let you appear for let you talk for yourself, not to talk for you. Because if you get mind for cancer, don't for let you appear for the news, that means they sure of what you they talk. If anything get for come up later, you not get for quote we, then get for quote because you count your allegation. So if you call me now you tell me say na so thing, then do you first thing I go ask you interview yes or no. If you say yes, the next thing I will tell you say now you don't tell me, but we'll get for also reach out to the other part. If you accept, then we can give the platform for go ahead. Sometimes some people can even want for pay, and you get for it just the money because it depends on the kind of story. Because someone where you don't go interview and let dinner inside, and automatically if you don't take money for that interview, it will be difficult for the news balance. So you get for you just the money and tell the person say no, me go fund me trip, I go finance everything, even if you get for the do Skyline or so, and go ahead. Some man can say no, I go still finance my transportation everything, but I still go ahead and do my work. Them and not say yes, I can do my work diligently with clear conscience. So after we don't get your own side of the story, we can try forget if you get a person number one get issue, we call them, say yes, we don't get this complaint about you and so and so. There's so many stories where I can face in where I know say this it will be bring more traffic on my platform, but I can decide for solve them off media. Some people we call them, then they accept to the fact say yes.
So you provide resolution as
fine
well for them.
The only story you go see now out on the media and a story where you feel say this person one compromise. We don't try for each amount, he try for be stubborn, then we can give the opportunity to the post we call it for a story and publish them. And some people when the thing go wrong on the media, they don't see at the level now it don't go. That's when they call it where me say one can explain me on side of the story. And that's who say can sometimes you get for cost you.
Okay, because they charge for
because it's how give the opportunity for let you tell your own side of the story. You not give for doing. So now we don't feel the weight of the media. You want for it now. Then we can tell you say you can finance with transportation and we'll go get you.
Antonia, that sounds interesting, and
I mean it's an interesting model.
yeah, exactly. And this issue about the new media and the mainstream media, like you say. the difference I see with what they do is that we need to go online to get it. And it's a content I can get at any time. I don't need for tune radio or watch the TV for watch. I made it on YouTube. I can go anytime and I can pause and go and continue for watch.
Yeah, and I think the mainstream media does that now as well. I mean, our former employer, AYV, it has a very good presence online. Most of the programs are streamed online. I read something where Dr. Isaac Masakoimi writes a couple of months ago about this transition from the traditional media to this new media, the digital revolution or evolution, if you like, and how it is affecting traditional media. For things like newspapers, for example, for the sustainability of newspapers. What media owners, traditional media owners now need to think about is how to merge the models, because number one, we get to think about, we context Yasuna Salon. Whilst new media is good and it's great and it's working for many people, we get to think about the access to the internet, which is something I'm thinking about as well. How many people have access to the internet? Yes, the content is there forever, and if you not get data now, sometimes you buy data
You
tomorrow,
go watch it.
you go watch it. If you not get smartphone now, but the information is important, yes, but the time the people receive the information is also very important. So that's something we also need to think about when we talk about new media. How do we make it accessible so that, if not all, majority of those that are meant to benefit from the information do get the information at the right time?
So waiting, like the model he's talking about, how do we converge as well as mainstream media, to a point where we don't understand, say, perhaps we need to break some certain traditions about the gatekeeping, method, and then some of the ethical issues them, and get the news to the people, because sometimes they really want their information to be out there. And you mentioned about the timing of giving the public the information.
Yes.
How do we adapt to that?
I listen to IB, and it's an interesting model, but I think, say, journalists, I don't know, you want to call on yourself journalists or reporters or bloggers, just bloggers. So this is the point, because I don't think, say, journalists, they're supposed for they think about money. Whereas maybe bloggers, you have I know I use the word laxity, but you have the leeway to think about that and to have someone fund you. But my own opinion, and I'm sure many journalists would agree, that if you don't take money, and you self-talker, if you don't take money for do story, it may have an impact on how you report that story.
Yeah, the influence.
It definitely has an impact. So just generally, I think people where they run media, especially news media, we need to think about waiting at the most sustainable way for earn money. We're not going to impact the ethics. We're not going to impact the values. We're not going to impact the truth that the stories that we report. And I really don't know. I don't think, say, we don't able for reach the stage where they come to a decision on how media houses should do that, because advertising, which is the main source of income, is not doing the job. It's definitely not doing the job.
And it's making it difficult as well. But quickly, as we try to conclude, I want to ask this: is the mainstream media losing trust? Earlier, I started about how people, the preference of getting content and information, how people believe for one for go to IB blog if they have issues than going to the mainstream media for making them complain. Are we losing public trust? People and the prefer for go online for getting news than listen or watch mainstream media?
I think that's about access, right? It's about access. Waiting. I feel like Boku salon people then can feel like say the mainstream media is far off. You understand, out of reach. Whereas then they see IB blog, the bloggers, then they go to the communities, they're able to get their number, they're able to get in contact, they're able to call them, and they know say then go show up. I also think say it's also about the understanding of how the media operates. Because within IB explain, in fact, for some cases, they try to mediate. That's going beyond reporting. You understand? That's going beyond just telling the public waiting at the facts of this matter, waiting happen, and then leaving the public to make a decision, or leaving those who are involved in the situation to, follow the due process. If na legal matter, then go na court, then go sort out whatever issue they have. So I think say now then two things, and they make it look like say the public they lose trust in mainstream media. Also, I think people by and large understand what is happening, and so when traditional journalists report, they're expecting a decision. You understand? They're expecting a nudge in the direction that they have already concluded is the answer. And when journalists don't do that, they assume that you're biased, or they assume that you don't want to talk into, but it's not your job as a journalist to do that.
Exactly.
It's not, and I think that's where the bloggers are gaining the trust. Because as a blogger, you run your own company, you run your own media organization, and if you have policies like IB blog where you go help for mediate, you go say, okay, you been tell this person word, now you and can apologize, and you court case. That solves the issue. But I think the public don't like, they're not like for make their own decision. And when the journalists just report on the matter, they kind of feel slighted and feel like say, you not talk to Upa.
You not talk to us.
Yes.
You not give a solution to the problem.
Exactly.
And I guess somebody can say, somebody been get for pay person. So you don't go police and only parties waka wakati. Now any person go put some, gets one of the blocks and then put them up on social media. And the person begin call for compromise now. So for and then they walk than going to the police even.
Yes. There's power in the media. We not go deny Dandy. There is definitely power in the media. It's all in our hands, and the decision is up to us for how we use it. Because how you use them go either benefits we all tomorrow or you go poel salon.
Exactly. We can say the media the footprints where you left, what you do. They always remind you, it goes after you. If you say something about somebody, definitely it will come back, and you don't forever it's there. Not so like the every year now Facebook they remind you about what you've been don't say and what you don't do. This issue about mainstream and online media, do you see the mainstream media as competitors, or people them way wanna go collaborate? The journalists them, the media owners them, people them wanna go collaborate and say, okay, let's collaborate on this idea and see how we go, produce and do things together.
Well, personally, for me, I don't know for others. I don't look at them as they're into competition. I feel like my people that we meet the learn from. Because if you say like people and they say IB blog professional, and because I don't follow the likes of the mainstream media of how they don't do their jobs them, and they try to incorporate and into what they do. So many they look at and in that angle. Many a time, most of the big media houses and they reach out to me for stories them, working on break, and they give them contact, direct them inside the thing there, and then go get the information. And I think I got good relationship. Most of the big media houses in this country we work hand in hand. They reach out if you myself need information. I can reach out. We're very cool anyway. So for me, I don't feel like it's a competition because I feel like Now people they what they learn for because they don't they there before me, and then they know a lot. If I take what's in they do and add on to what's in me, I guess I feel like say I could be stand out.
Okay. So finally, waiting are you deem of IB Blog? How do you want to see it in the coming years?
Well, my vision, like in the coming years, I want to see like in the area where in we will appear for the news right across the West Africa, not just alone. Where we will get representative than Liberia, Guinea, Ghana, Nigeria. We go follow with slogan we they appear for the news because I don't watch at the internet. I think not just we they do then kind of way of news and they online. Then Nigeria, Ghana, I don't see anything like that one day. So the vision and for get different correspondent in other countries and they because Salon by God in power pretty soon we will get all the different districts and for now I don't get Kono, Poloko, Makeni. Before the election I know I would don't get all over the districts and for the response.
Okay. How is this for you in terms of investment and because Uma will be talking just about how a lot of people they move online because it's less expensive. In places like this we need for own energy and different things. Then is it capital intensive or it's not that too expensive, especially buying data as well? I could imagine online doing live and all that stuff.
Well, I think plenty people can get an online feel like online business is cheap. It's not cheap. Most time people when they reach out to me they for set up then online thing, then fix any kind of easy something. Not until they can set them up, they can just start few weeks or months, then relax. They can tell them say this will they go to. It's very expensive when you want to get the news because not just about the internet. It's about going for the news, and when you want to go for the news and you want to be the first person for break the news and for get the correct information, you spend a lot because within for it on here for a day, I spend nothing less than, let's say 500,000 just on transportation. Me and me guys and forget information. That are the least I spend on transportation. And all on data, and all on after way me guys then go don't come on at the field. What I will give them in order into way months on what I will pay them. So it involves a lot where you want for do something very responsible.
Yeah,
I not say for Sidona, I not say for Sidona media no more where sometimes IB blog don't go cut content, you can cut them, you work in your way and that is something I just internet you need. But the kind of blogging way they do it costs a lot.
Okay. Well, thank you very much, Ibrahim. Antonia, how do we collaborate, say converge, mainstream media and the online media? Maybe even the talk, the plan for get honestly speaking on radio, so people can listen, not just go online. But how could they also listen to honestly speaking through the radio? That's partnership. How do we get to that?
I think that's related to it in IB blog. Something but within IB blog don't talk just now about content. Say, for example, now, if Indongo cover story and then another blogger sees the story, it take we don't have the mechanism currently. I mean, we can try, but we not get the mechanism now for IB blog get alert na phone, say somebody else don't copying content and then kind of thing. Then they, I know there is talk about intellectual property and copyright reform in Sierra Leone, but that's one key thing. If we are to converge, say, online media and traditional media, if somebody wants to, if person want for take honestly speaking now from YouTube or from whatever platform it's on now, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, they should be able to do that. I should be able to give them the license to do that. And I should also get revenue for that because that's hard work.
Yeah, sure.
So the mechanism right now, it's, I don't want to say non-existent, but it's barely there for content creators then as alone, because that's the general term now. Content creators earn money from whatever they've created. So I think that's where we should be looking towards. That kind idea that we for the look for. if you want to collaborate, if you see someone has done fantastic content online, somebody don't do short videos that you want to air on television or radio, not feel say you can just go download the person in content without even having a conversation with them and without thinking that they have spent money to create that content, and you may not be able to pay them, but think about it. Think, say, this person here don't create content, and if I want to air it, maybe I should offer some kind of compensation.
So we
for
just
that.
get with first experience. You know, you reported a story about the helicopter guy.
Yes.
Yeah. So the whole story was distorted about, and the photos.
Say the man old 34 years.
Exactly. So a lot of people begin reach out, and I said, no, pass again for share them. We own link now and how we report the story. But
yeah, and that person, the person, I don't know the blogging name now, but that person could have easily reached out to Truth Media and asked and say, we want to reshare this story. If una agree, fine. If una not agree, that's it.
Yeah, that's what we are looking for. So we've been discussing this.
And I want to add, say, and since they may not see the story, they could have gone and done their own story as well. They could have done a follow-up. They could have further ask questions and wait Truth Media and not be asked, you know. They could have done that as well. But
that's about it. But what we actually want to do, the idea is, how do we collaborate? How I can call Ibrahim, say, I saw this story, I think, say, it's a good content, we want to use it, we can give you credit. If we don't get money for pay yourself, but I expect, say, we publish them and say in a form, IB blog online, you go feel fulfilled. Say, somebody use your content, but recognize your efforts and your time where you put on the work. So that is what we're looking for. Hopefully we will meet later and discuss how we can collaborate, because you have power, like Antonio said. You've got a space, you've built a brand from, I tell you last night, I see you behind Motoka. You hold your phone, you do live on the rain. You know, that means a lot for let somebody do that. Now passion no more they make somebody do that. Not to any other thing. So if somebody do that kind of thing there, you want to use that content there, you need to respect them and reach out to them and make you understand, say, you appreciate what they do and want to see how you either amplify them or how you collaborate. But finally, Brian, what do you think about Truth Media? You want just... You don't appear for the interview today. Just say something.
Well, definitely. First of all, I want to tell you plenty thank you and the staff them. I think Truth Media came at the right time. Wherein, like, I think plenty people or Sierra Leone has done the lost confidence into the mainstream media, and with the name alone done show say yes, una come for change the game, and I hope and pray that una continue, because with Truth Media I believe say the trust will come back.
Hopefully, inshallah. And we look forward to collaborating and partnering.
Inshallah.
Hopefully, inshallah. Thank you very much. Antonia, finally.
Yes. Thank you very much, Lamrana. Truth Media, I think it came at the right time. And I hope, say, people that really work in Truth Media go understand the story of how this came to be. I think the story of how Truth Media came up alone should be an inspiration that you stand by what the name implies, within the name say, stand for the truth, and, you know, uphold the values that would keep you standing strongly. Nobody can tell you tomorrow, say, na so you turn, we not so you turn, you know. I wish you all the best, Lamrana, and I wish Truth Media the very best.
Thank you so much. And hopefully we go conclude on with discussion. Honestly speaking, go come on Truth Radio. We begin here across the country. But thanks so much. And I want to say, I work with Antonia. She was my boss. I joined AYV, you know, been the tongue calm, and I work as in direct deputy. And I would say openly, she doesn't like me saying it, but you know, it influenced me a lot about being credible and being professional. We learn a lot from at the newsroom, and how for be professional, and then they help for guide we, and we appreciate you so much, and the relationship we'll build, you know. Sometimes I see the people who work with them can reach out and say, then they tell me thank you no more, you know, and I can say, it's sometimes when you get somebody in at the head, na professional, it influence you where they supervise them and work with them. But thank you so much for joining us, guys, this morning. And we look forward to partnership and collaboration like IBC, we know two competitors. We all they try for do the same work. This is a Truth Morning Devotion. We're gonna now take sports. We'll come back. We'll take entertainment and try for roundup. Thanks for being with us and continue for listen and watch. Thank you so much.
This na sport update on Truth FM 103.9. Make we start with the local update. The Leowa Premier League, wey na the major league na Salone, done. Easter Lions, wey na one pan the biggest and oldest club na Salone, don win am after 5 years without trophy. Dem journey no be easy as dem start the league with 2 draws, but dem pick up later and stay on top the league table from December till the league done. Dem crown dem as champions on August 18, 2025 with 2 games in hand, and dem end the season with 22 wins, 7 draws, 5 losses and 73 points. Bantal FC come second. Mighty Blackpool, Camboy Eagles, Bulham Stars and Freetown City relegate. Congratulations to the reigning champions, Easter Lions. Also, the president of Sierra Leone Football Association, Babadi Kamara, with im acting general secretary, Mohammed Benson Bayo, don go represent Salone na the CAF Impact Strategic Roundtable Workshop wey dey happen na Kampala, Uganda. This conference na for bring together African football leaders for talk about sustainable development, governance and strategies aimed for transform football. Inside cricket, the Sierra Leone women's national cricket team don qualify for go play na the ICC Women's T20 World Cup Africa qualifiers. This tournament get for take place na Namibia from August 31 to September 6, 2025. Then they compete with 7 other countries dem, and then first game go play August 31 against Nigeria. We dey wish them all the best. Over to the English Premier League, Arsenal dey lead the table with 6 points and 6 goals after dem defeat Leeds United this Sunday with 5 goals to nothing. Tottenham dey second with the same points and Chelsea dey third. For the international update, the Marshall Islands wey dey na the Central Pacific Ocean close to America get 42,000 people dem, and na dem be the only country wey no get professional football team. Dem don finally play dem first game. Dem be play against US Virgin Islands na Arkansas. Pa all wey dem be lost 4-0. The Marshall Islands Soccer Federation post na dem Facebook page say dem so proud of wetin dem don accomplish. Over to the English Premier League, Arsenal dey lead the table with 6 points and 6 goals after dem defeat Leeds United 5-0 Saturday. Tottenham dey second with the same points and Chelsea dey third. Liverpool and Newcastle get for play today. Also, in La Liga, Villarreal dey lead the table with 6 points and 7 goals in 2 matches. Barcelona dey second with the same points and Real Madrid dey third. Na this all we get inside sports update. Me will bring this segment to you. Me na Nene Fofana.
Well, the Sierra Leone Premier League, very interesting. Mighty Blackpool, still not understand it, whether they not relegate or then still in the league. But me on team is the Lions. Congratulations to we. We don't win the Sierra Leone Premier League 2024-2025 season, and hopefully they represent Salone, the CAF Champions League. And we get for travel to Tunisia for we home and away match. And plenty thanks to Nene Fofana for the sports updates. Now, I don't want to talk about Manchester anyway, because I'm tired with Amorim in excuses. I think it's time to get winning. Football now, how many matches you win, and they give you chance for be the champion. Not to every other game getting your explanation. You buy player, you still keep them. You just can't understand. Anyway, let me take entertainment now, and we will come back and try for round up the devotion.
Yo, what's up, what's up, what's up? Shout out to all the Gen Z's, bodies, and slay queens in the house. This is not the Gen Z Body Entertainment News. With me, Kinky Inks, your certified body with a mic, live and direct from Salon to the World. I got you covered for all the trendy gist and showbiz updates, and all the tap, rap, map, up, and pop. You like rhymes? Haha, I like rhymes. What about you? First up, my entertainment corner. It is Electoral Big Visa. The Shikublai CEO don't secure the US O1B visa. The O1B visa na visa where them they give people who get extraordinary talent in arts. This na big win for the Make Salon Famous campaign. You know, it really good for see young people with talent making waves, especially in terms of keeping up with the international trends and still maintain originality. The Clear Fusion CEO they help for Make Salon famous. Also, this Saturday we pass soon at the 23rd of this month, the Zik and I Tribe go perform inside Rio in the United States. Guys, Clear Fusion at Rio, United States, that's mad, that's lit. That wonderful. Really nice when you see salon music waka waka. Next up, recently the Minister of Youth Affairs, Ibrahim Sano, they hold one big meeting with salon artists them like Cardinero, Pozo Collabo, Crack Twist, Vertical Follow and Echo. The meeting now for plan for push salongo music at the international stage. Them talk with Trace TV, one big music network na the world for start for show salon music video them globally. Isn't that good? Isn't that dope? If it happen, you know it's nice if that happens. I wish it goes through, it happens, So guys, when I get ready, also part the meeting, they talk say the Mano River Union Youth Connect 2025 they come inside October, and the National Youth Festival go happen inside December for celebrate music and help youth them with the struggle with drug addiction. If these plans them actualize, then I believe say this could be fine thing for the entertainment industry and the youth them na salon. So isn't that dope? So guys, again, shout out to all the Gen Z's, bodies, and slay queens in the house. This is not the Gen Z Body Entertainment News. Now for Taggy Paddy, make yourself Taggy Paddy, let you not miss out. So keep your ears open, your volume high. Now Truth FM 103.9 they listen to, and me ready to talk, now King Kings. And this now your body plug for all things classy, juicy, sassy. You know I like rhymes. Stay tuned.
Well, that now Gen Z body, Plenty thanks to Gen Z body for the entertainment information this morning. Well, I had the Truth morning devotion the end for today. But remember, say, no matter the challenge where you go to, sometime day the world will try for run faster. But if you pray, learn, and plan, you go run wiser. Plenty thanks to all the people that we don't join we na the devotion this morning. We guest them, we listen as them, we view as them for the very first time. Very much sorry. Once they get small technical issues, we get power cords as well. And we fix them as we move along. But we need to start something and move on. And we've started today. And don't forget to say, we get Roots newspaper as well. You can grab a copy. This is our second publication for today. Media online, you can go on our website as well and read the stories there. Now, www.truthmediasl.com. You can get the newspaper in our post office as well, and hopefully we will start with subscription-based publication very soon. This is the second copy, and the first copy for day, I think. Okay, this was the first copy. Yeah, this was the first way we do last week. So we're trying our best to build something different, to start something different with publications online and stuff like it, and the commitment to the gain of that. We go try for do we best for be professional and give people then the opportunity for hearing the truth. Like everybody they agree that is what has been missing somehow in the media landscape. So we want If people and get issues where they bond them, the issues that they want to talk about, they can come to us and we'll give them. And we get a responsibility for get the other side, but we also get a responsibility for give them the platform for have them say. And this therefore be a public conversation, time where we they get to now for just call, complain about things the way they happen, get the people them in authority for answer them questions and because that's the idea. How do you give people their voices? How do you allow them to speak? Not so we no more for the talk for una, but una say for able call in and talk about things the way they happen in our community. Waiting una think about them. The one the way they not power for listen. Either tell una waiting them they do, or give assurance about waiting them they do. Because that is why you voted for them. That is why they are in governance. But we self get responsibility as people, by the way. We get we own roles them for play in we communities them in whatever they do. For stay truthful to ourselves, honest, obey the law, and do it right. That now we own commitment where we for always give. As we roll out the programs, them when I go see the different things that we go for do inside the devotion. It get for be different things them. But it's gonna be people-centered. How una the people them, go get a say into this. How una go feel comfortable for calling, send message, and talk about things that may affect una. Hopefully you get forget the authorities and for come and respond to them concerns and day. But we're here to stay and we're here to speak the truth. We rise with the truth, wake with hope, because now that's the keep we going as we play with young part for make salon go better. Let's all meet back tomorrow morning. Plenty thanks to my colleagues, the production and technical team, people we don't support, we forget this going. We appreciate you so much, and we're very sorry with whatever technical glitch we get this morning. We improve as we go on. Una say thank you for joining me inside this devotion and conversation. We continue tomorrow 6:30 a.m. People and say too early, but yeah, we want to start early, 6:30 in the morning, and hopefully end at 9. So join us tomorrow for another devotion. We start with prayer, pledge, and commitments to what you do. My name is Amadu Lamrana Bah. This is Truth Radio and FM 103.9 and my social media platforms. Until we meet back, have a lovely day and don't forget to say, not to the last.
This is Truth Radio, 103.9 FM. We empower the nation.